Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a random Thursday stream. I know it still says I got a minute left on the countdown, but I'm eager to get going, and I figure we can do a little chitty chat as well. So, let's get the main screen turned on, and we're going to be a Raven again today, which I'm very excited with. Yesterday, we did a little preview early stream of Grim Dawn and the new DLC. It was very kind of Crate to give me early access to that so I could kick things off a little bit. All we did yesterday is we completed the vanilla main game. On normal difficulty, we haven't done the expansion content of any of the expansions or anything like that. We just did vanilla main game, did pure leveling as a Berserker. We tried both Werewolf and Wereraven. We did a vote. Community decided pretty overwhelmingly to continue as a Raven. Kaka. And I agree with that decision. It's been a lot of fun playing as this class. Today, now, we're going to do expansion content, since anyone who wants to be playing the expansion can now, because it is now out. So we're going to go through it. We're going to read the lore messages as much as my voice can handle it, because I did stream for 6 hours yesterday. And I'm feeling, you know, it's a little hoarse, but we'll see what we can do as much as we can. So let me kill off the Spotify. They put the soundtrack for the Fangs of Asterkarn soundtrack over on Spotify, which is what I was playing there. Real nice. The one issue with this game is when you do tab out, it does pause the game. I mean, it doesn't do that in multiplayer. I don't know if there's any way to stop that in single player. So we will see. Love that Raven model. Yeah, it's super, super sick. Also, to YouTube, because I think, Drigger, I think you might have been here until the end of the stream yesterday. Anyway, apparently for the last hour and a bit or something like that, my YouTube chat was frozen, which I hadn't realized until I went to paste a link to Kiss for Lux channel as we were going to raid her. Like, why is the chat not working, responding? I refreshed, and there was like an hour's worth of conversation in there I never saw. So that was great. There was no on-screen indicator. I thought just YouTube chat was being quiet. Lovely. Oh, hey, Eurastus. Yeah, so I'm still in 1080p because there's lots of people who tend to just watch these on phones and things like that, lower resolutions, different things, and it seems like still a decent one to target, especially with a lot of the games that we play. Part of the issue with going to a high resolution with our text-heavy games is that it gives us more screen real estate, but depending on how the UI scaling works, sometimes it just makes the text really small. So 1080p tends to keep the text at a more legible size for most of the games we play, since they're not really visual eye candy type of game. That's why I haven't gone to 1440p is one of the things, but at some point we might make the switch, but it seems like it's okay. Sage tea for Quill's voice. Maybe. I should probably make a lot of tea today. We will see. We'll try to keep as hydrated as possible. Right now all I got is some club soda over here. Bubbly water. If you're playing Berserker, maybe you should call it Dim Brawn. Well, our Berserker in this case is this Wereraven, and we tend to frost things up as much as possible. Now, I did do a couple of things in between last stream and this one, which might have earned me a level, or maybe two, actually. It's entirely possible. I just went and took care of a couple little side quest things that we still had in our log, just to knock off a couple of things, especially there was a couple of things that were useful for some of the factions, so I thought, I'll go ahead and throw a couple of those in and get them out of the way. The Search for Ulgrim the Lost Father and the Desperate Measures, these are both part of the Ashes of Malmoth expansion, I believe. This Old Arkovia, Descent into Torment, and the Secrets of the Lost, I believe. Yeah, these are both related to accessing the Steps of Torment, sort of roguelike dungeons, so we don't have to worry about that. So I just have us filter down to the Asterkarn Incident, which I think is the breadcrumb quest. That is a hard sequence of words to say, apparently. That leads us into the expansions. We'll probably do that. Steam Advertising Motorsport Manager 2. Yeah, they've got their Steam page up. I don't think they've got a release date or any plans at that point, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll just make sure if ever I see YouTube chat apparently get quiet, I'll make sure to refresh that view. I mean, I don't think it happens very often. Sometimes it happens with Twitch as well, but I think with Twitch, I get like a more obvious indicator when the chat isn't broken. Like there's a little visual thing, so we'll see. Green screen is loose, is it? Do I have a little bit of clipping? Is there something going on with the green screen? Looks okay to me. Maybe it's fading in and out. Oh, there's a little sparkle on top. I think my camera set just a little bit too high. Let me bring that down there. And maybe kill the I thought I turned off all the auto settings on the camera yesterday, but I must have missed one. Hold on. Oh, it's probably the white balance is still in auto. Hang on. There. I might be a little more pale and bright than usual, but you know what? We're just gonna go with it. Okay. Yeah, oh, so the other thing is I did go and make some specific plans with devotions. This is the one thing that does need a little bit more planning, is working out the devotion tree. And annoyingly, there's a couple of things I want to get rid of that we put some points in early, but currently I can't because things are self-sustaining. As much as it makes sense for us as the Raven to maybe take the Raven tree, I don't think it's all that actually useful for us, because I think part of the value of this is to boost your pets. And we don't really have pets, so I don't think we're getting a lot of value out of this. So I'd like to unspec out of the Raven. Also, I'm a huge fan of getting the Jackal early for all my characters early on. This plus 6% speed is really nice. But ultimately, I mean, it's not as much of a problem, but I'd probably want to yoink the points out of Jackal and put them somewhere else. But currently, both these nodes are required to sustain Murmur, which I definitely want to be running. So the plan is to put points in the Quill, I mean, for obvious reasons, but actually it is going to be fine and helpful. It's more elemental damage, generic sort of caster boost and things like that. So we'll put points into this. We finished Harpy, which is good. And I'm going to put points into Viper over here. Because the final point over here in Viper does reduce target's elemental resist for 3 seconds, so that's going to be relevant to us. I think I'm really going to lean into the cold part. We also do piercing, so anything that happens to boost piercing a little bit is also going to be fine. But I think I'm probably going to mostly look into maximizing the cold side of it as much as possible. So I think Viper will be quite good. And I think once I get Viper and Quill, then I'll be able to free up some points from these things again and then do that. If we were going through actually, I don't know how it'll work in... what's it called? Fangs of Asterkarn? Is that what the expansion is actually called? Yeah. If we were going through Ashes of Malmuth or Forgotten Gods, we would get a potion that lets us wipe out the devotions completely. The problem is, like, unspecking out of some stuff into the devotions and respecking can be tricky once things become self-sustaining. So sometimes it's easier to just wipe it with a potion. If we end up getting one of those potions, I think it's Tonic of Clarity. Anyway, if we end up getting one of those in the Fangs of Asterkarn, then that'll simplify our life a little bit. So I think we're going to go and do that. Thursday streams. We've been so good. Yeah, and there was a Songs of Six today and everything. So, all the things all together. Okay, so we're going to start by reading, I believe it's this one here that we hit last episode. That is a new piece of lore that we didn't read because it was a little long. I was worried about my voice. I'm still worried about my voice today. Will probably be a shorter stream, but I want to read all the new lore because that's one of the things I love so much about this game. So I think we're ready to start. Reynard's Notes, Entry 1. The parchment is quite old and faded by time. With any luck, this will be the first of many entries as I make use of these pages to pontificate upon my work here. May it serve the Empire well. My mission in this miserable, cold land is to survey its people, to observe and learn with the singular goal of discovering weakness, so that we might exploit that weakness if circumstances arise that require such crude manipulations. We are unwelcome strangers here. As such, I have employed a local sellsword whose task it will be to provide security and guide us about, disguised as travelers on pilgrimage. My tenants and I have shed our imperial regalia, weapons, and equipment, replacing them with the crudely fashioned furs and odd animal leathers worn by locals. It is a filthy manner of dress, made worse by the particular furs our guide has equipped us with. They are heavy and thick with oil that fills the nose with the repugnant odor of whatever horrible creature was born wearing them. Some sort of large beaver, if my guess is right. Thus far, I have observed that the people here are strong-willed and able-bodied, if a bit dim. They appear to follow a set of simple, yet barbaric customs, which I have witnessed many times in my few short days here. On the first morning of the expedition, our guide, a hard-faced native named Bjor, whose gnarled skin belies his true age, refused to leave camp until he had consulted the entrails of a freshly slain crow. Whoa, not a raven, I hope, just a crow, okay. Whew. Not to eat, not to brew some foul concoction, but to plan our conveyance around the finer details of a bird's innards. His nocturnal behaviors are no less strange. In the early hours of our third morning, while relieving himself in a nearby bush, I caught a glimpse of him returning to camp covered in all manner of gruesome fluids. His face is smeared with blood, as if he had bathed in it. The evidence of another barbaric ritual, I assume. In any case, I digress. Though I find them quite odd and more than a little primitive, it is these very customs that I have come to study. Though it is a bit outside my current task, it bears recording here. Our guide has mentioned, quite regularly in fact, that other intelligent people dwell in these lands, or perhaps people is a bit generous. By his colorful descriptions, I surmise that they are more beast than person. Yet he claims they hold complex customs, follow a rigid social structure, and will tax travelers careless enough to pass into lands they occupy. He seems to admire them for some reason. Mysterious indeed. I should very much like to observe these natives. Now, there's a second item here in the history of Asterkarn. This might have also been a new one in here. I'm not sure, so I'm going to read it just in case. Opportunity Part 1. This neatly folded note bears the crest of Fort Icon in its top left corner. Breck, the boys stationed on the Asterkarn route, tell me they've spotted something mighty nice. A secluded Kern burial ground not too far from the fort. If we hurry, we can be up there and back before our shift on the wall. Those stupid savages don't bury valuables with their dead. They just leave them in mounds for any sucker to come and pilfer. It will be easy. So here's the plan. Before dawn, we meet at the western gate. I offered Lachlan a split of the spoils if he lets us through without a beep. Then we make our way up the mountain under the cover of dark. I'd lead us to the site and we grab what we can. We get out before the barbarians even catch a whiff of our assholes. Ooh. Just know, it's my plan. I bribed Locke. I know where the goods are. I just need you to help carry the haul, so don't go thinking you're suddenly the brains of the operation and get an even cut. The split is 7 of every 10 for me. Kaldor. Okie dokie. But once and again, the constellations look so cool. Yeah. Yeah, the constellation system in this is really great. Okay, so let's talk to Thane Sulf Hinterland.
I will not begrudge a traveler a place by the fire in these winds, as Amatok teaches us.
I think Amatok might actually be one of the constellations I may go with. Oh. Yeah, I know there's a difference between at here and at everyone on the Discord. I think at here only works for people who are actively logged in as well, so people coming later don't get notification things. I tend to use at here just because it's a little less disruptive, but maybe I should go to at everyone. So we will see. That's a good point, Crit. I'm after a missing scouting party. Oh, this isn't voice acted. I see. They are likely as good as dead. Frostvale is a treacherous land in the best of times, but now, following in their footsteps is unwise if you're unprepared, though maybe we can help each other out. What do you have in mind? An elder bristlehorn we call Rugru roams just north of here. The hulking animal is well past his prime, but he refuses to relinquish his status as the alpha of the herd, preventing younger males from asserting dominance. Help restore balance by hunting him down and bring his meat back here. We will ensure no part of him goes to waste. And once we've all feasted, maybe we can offer you something to aid you in your journey. All right. Sounds good.
Please,
hey, Greta.
just leave us alone.
Fire's not for you. No, I was invited.
Don't start any trouble, Lowlander.
Kern, I was warned about your kind. Oh, we're gonna start off being super racist? It was our kind. It was your people that turned the snow red with the blood of our children and elders, and now here you are in Kernlands, an enemy from the past. It was we who are wary of you, Lowlander. Fair enough. Okay. All right, so we got to go and acquire a choice flank from Rugru. Okay, we're going to try to do a fair amount of exploration here, get the lay of the land, look out for any environmental storytelling. Love the little touch of red from these leaves here. Very pretty. All right. For all I know, I should have gone straight north out of that, but... Oh, there's something on the map over here. And, you know, maybe thematically hitting all these guys with cold damage doesn't make any sense. Or maybe they're right at the limit of how much cold they can tolerate. And we're just going to send them over the edge. Fulminated tree. Oh, were you, like, struck by lightning or something? So you've got, like, that internal fire? Gnarled tree has been shattered by a lightning strike. I'm assuming you're going to be plot relevant later. I'm not trying to rush through. I wonder, in the quest... North of the camp. Okay. I'm going to go north of the camp. Because I'm going to assume this east... Oh, I could have cut this way, too. Oh, there's a lot of question marks about what the north of the camp actually is in this case. Okay, looks like these loop around. But my sense is we're going to be progressing generally east out of this later. So I'm going to sort of go western wall, then north. Maybe this way. Feel like the crunch of the icy snow. When it's really cold, snow gets like these really crunchy sounds. All right, Rugru. Bane of the Tundra. Whoop! You merely adopted the cold. I was born to it, molded by it. And now I'm going to be killed by the cold. What? No, that doesn't work. Ah! There's the choice flank. Hey, potato. Yes, you didn't miss much. Just a little bit of chitty chat to start off with. But 100% I will try the kebab pizza while I'm in Sweden. I mean, if I've got any opportunity for it, I will be making it a priority, and I'll be posting some pictures. Well, you're in the Discord now. So, you know what? We might be sending north. What I'm going to do is make sure to use the portal to get over there, because we might be popping right back over here. We'll save ourselves a walk. I mean, if nothing else, saving ourselves a walk one way is good.
These lands are not for the likes of you.
Yes, and I bring meat. Frost ointment. Reduced freeze duration. 900-second duration. I like how long some of these potions are. We got some current ramp. I did not think you would actually take me up on the challenge. Good on you, Lowlander. We will get this meat over the fire, a hearty meal to share on a frigid day. You should have shown your... You should have... Blah, blah, blah. Stop inserting words that aren't there. You have shown your intentions to be true, so I will be true in mine. These ointments will shield you from the wind's bite. May come in handy on the journey ahead. I wish you fortune, Lowlander. May your brethren still draw breath when you find them. Right, because we're here looking for scouts. But if you wish to take a moment by our fire and rest, you're more than welcome. Have you seen the Legion Scouts? I admit I was not forthright with you at first. We did spot your party traveling north. They were prepared for the weather and the beasts that await up there. Your commander seems to know little of these lands. Makes me think of like the opening shot of the Game of Thrones and things like that, right? The scouts beyond the wall. I do not lie. If they have not returned this way, then they are likely dead. But I do hope you at least find the remains. Take care. Appreciate the info.
These lands are not for the likes of you.
Clean kill one of our young could achieve, but nonetheless impressive for Lowlander. Can I partake in some of the meat? But of course, your kill, your choice of cut.
Traveler.
Not bad little pup. Maybe the Arulians aren't all silks and feasts.
Travel safe, Lowlander.
All right. Well, we got invited, so that's nice. Okay, well, apparently the scouts are north, so we are going to pop back to our little portal. And we're going to keep going this way. Ooh, actually. So this is a monster infrequent that these guys can drop. The Rugru's Mane of Blood. I was going to say, why didn't this show up on my filter? Because it does have cold damage, but it's a shield, and we're not intending to use shields. Okay. But what does it have built in? Force Wave. 100% physical damage converted cold damage. Ooh, you can do a cold damage Force Wave build with that. All right. That is actually very neat. Very cool. Ooh, a little hard to spot path. What does this lead to? Higher up. There's a cairn over there. Okay, it must just be just something smashable. I thought maybe it's something really noteworthy. Oh, turn opportunity, part 2. Yes, more lore. There's a corpse there, but it's not lootable. Okay. The note is stained with bloody fingerprints. I wonder if I should do this so I don't have to project quite as far. No one has ever asked, and I have never said, but now that your guts adorn the snow, I feel it only fitting that you know why. I'm half Kern, you slith piss drinker. Breck, son of Ulith, who died giving me breath, or giving me life breath. My father, Markor, who was never welcome... Okay, this is actually in front of my face. Was never welcome among the people of Asterkarn, and my mother passing extinguished what little grace he had with them. So we came to live in his homeland. I never learned the ways of my mother's people, but my father always spoke of them with great reverence and respect. I have walked these hills many times, met the people of these lands. They are harsh and unforgiving, bearing grudges older than any living man, but they have come to recognize kin within me and welcome me beside their hearths. It is my eyes, you see. They carry the sorrows of this land in ways only a kern may recognize. I've traveled beyond the highlands and witnessed the beauty of the valley below, and I have seen the halls of Kernhold and drank deep of Kern mead. While a part of me wishes to spend a lifetime here learning their ways, I did not grow up Kern and still feel my Rulian blood calling me home. This is not where I belong. I did learn a few things, though. For one, Kern burial rites are an important reminder of what was lost. They call them scars because every hurt and loss brings healing. It leaves them tougher, stronger. Their belongings are left behind for worthy successors to bring newfound glory to old tools and weapons, not to be pilfered by rats. You should pray that the Kern ways do not apply to you in their lands, left to rot in the snow as you are. Alone and forgotten. If you believe the myths, yours will be a fate worse than death. I'm not sure even you deserve such an end, but it seems a fitting reward for the hate and vitriol you have shown for the people you despise, yet know nothing about. Breck, son of Ulith and Markor. Yeah, so this is someone previously had written to Breck, or Kaldor, to go and rob these people. And turns out Breck is a half Kern and did not appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, luckily I'm not going to strain my voice during the stream. I mean, like, this is going to be the worst because I do want to read all the lore. I mean, I guess I could read it silently while you guys did as well, but no. It's fine. We'll just manage things. Probably shouldn't be knocking over those cairn stones. They might call her the manager. Pretty weak joke. Not going to deny it. Hello, level 42. So right now, I'm going to keep syncing. I'm going to put 2 ticks into the Nightblade main class to keep getting just a bunch of raw stats. And then I'm going to put 1 extra in Night's Chill, trying to bring this up. We probably will end up maxing out the Veil of Shadows as well, because it's a really good defensive thing. But Night's Chill will continue to increase the amount of damage we deal, both because of the extra flat damage, the Frostburn, but also the negative cold resistance, which is nice. Negative resistance comes in 3 different flavors. One of the 3 stacks, and the other 2 don't. It's just the best one. I think the ones that are listed as just a plain negative modifier like this stack. Hold on. I got the spreadsheet open. Yeah, negative percentages stack. If it says reduced percentage, it doesn't. But the Nightblade's Night Chill is negative % and it does stack, which is good. So that's one source of it. And then the other 2 categories, I mean, we might end up getting some from gear, but one of the reasons I'm taking Viper is because it generates an extra 20% reduction to elemental stuff. And then the Rowan's Crown we're going to take, which has a flat 32 point reduction to cold resist. And those 2, they don't like that. That doesn't stack. The reduced flat point doesn't stack with anything else, or with anything else like it. The reduced % doesn't stack with anything else like it, but they do stack with each other. And then the negative percentage, which is what we're getting from the skill here, does stack with itself as well, if we do end up with getting more. Okay, so that's going to be the plan that way. I really want to get at the Blade Spirits. Apparently they've been nerfed a little in 1.3, but I think they're still going to be really, really quite good for us. Just a lot more extra passive damage. Looks like we'd be coming down this way. That looks like a good amount of completeness there. So yeah, yesterday we ran through pretty quick because it was an area we knew, so we could do that, and we weren't looking to pick up all the lores and explore all the corners of the map. I said north, but I guess I found the note, so that would be part of it. Let's keep looking. Okay, so that's a dead end there, so it looks like the thing to do now is to come down this way. Oh, I wasn't here yesterday for this. How does multiclass work in this game? Oh, So Dragark, the way it works is your character is always composed of 2 classes in this game. You actually don't even pick a class when you start. At level 2, you pick your first class. At level 10, you can add a second class, although there's no need to do it right away. See, there's this again. This is going to be relevant for something. I don't know. And it's quite cool. So you just get the benefits of, like, you know, whatever you unlock in both classes. A lot of times, most of the builds often end up mostly focusing on one as a primary, and the second one ends up being like something that supports buffs that stack the right kind of elemental damage, or strip away resistances, or give you like survivability, or this or that. There's 45 different class combinations, and they all have unique names. So by being a Berserker Nightblade, I'm actually a Reaver is the class that I've ended up with. And as always, because there's always people who are concerned about this, I tend to bank a few attributes. Mostly, I think we're going to do the thing where we mostly dump a bunch into physique because it helps with survivability. But I'm going to keep a little pool over here because I don't think we'll end up ever having to put anything into cunning over here. Although it is going to mean we're going to have to make sure to keep stacking offensive ability from items. But we'll likely be needing the spirit for some caster gear. So there's an area over there too, but let's go north first. Because that's where we were sort of told the scouts may have been headed. Don't really have a direction currently, other than go north. Hopefully I haven't missed something, like quest-wise. Was there more area over here? No, I don't think so. We did explore that bit. That had a little side dungeon, and that's all. See what happens. Ooh, there is a devotion shrine up here. So what we're going to do is put another point towards Quill, because awesome. But it will be helpful. And then when we finish this, we might, because when we finish this, we're going to get 3 of the purple and green affinity. We might be able to unspec the Raven at that point. And then free up some more points. We will see. I do like the Oathbreaker set. It's kind of cool, but not for us. I like that they added markers on the map, like the mini map and the big map, to really highlight these unique items. That, I think, is new in 1.3. So much quality of life. I meant to check to see if Rainbow Filters was updated. And again, here, we're not going for speed. We are going for... Ooh, nice little water effect here. For full clear, to try to catch things. We'll probably still miss little, like, secrets and stuff that are sometimes subtle and hard to spot on the map. Like little areas that don't show up on the minimap, but it turns out you can walk through. It connects up over there. That's a dead end there. Okay. Well, it's still generally going north. All right. We'll run into something eventually. There, no lore books. I might not obsess about literally clearing every piece of Fog of War, but anything in this waterfall? Nope. Oh, are these the scouts? Alien and Wayfinder Noken. Yeah, they don't look Kern to me.
Watch yourself out there, lowlander.
Maybe I'm wrong about that. I was expecting more fur. Oh, no, I guess there's some there. Okay. Lowlander this far from home. If you're here to kill us, it won't make it easy. No, I'm looking for a missing scouting party. I heard stories of your Legion grunts poking their heads in the snow, but I've not seen them myself. To my knowledge, no Legionnaire has made it this far north in some time. If you're looking for missing scouts, then surely you've gone too far. Maybe. Partner looks in rough shape. Noken, all it took was a momentary lapse in awareness. A bristlehorn, mad with pain or bloodlust, charged out of the brush and gored him. Mint's not looking good. Noken will require medical aid, but he cannot be moved without performing triage, and I cannot leave him, or scavengers will finish what the bristlehorn started. No doubt the other hunters will find us, but Noken may not have that long. I will not mince words. Fates do not care about our pride. Will you help us? What could I do for him? There's an old remedy among our people that involves wrapping the wound in molted rock feathers. The cold emanating from the plumage is enough to stifle fever and stem blood loss. There are many rock nests on the western cliffs of the Frostvale Highlands, some even within hand's reach. No doubt the birds have molted there. And before you ask, it can't be fresh feathers from the live ones, not unless you want to freeze Noken's leg clean off. Huh. Naturally frosty. Noken is tough as the mountains, but even he cannot hold out forever. If you are able to help us, aid us, please hurry. I will get that. Did I go too far? What could I possibly... Because this is where we got that quest. Did I miss something in the middle here? No, I don't know. Let's keep going. So you said, it said the Western Cliffs, so... Oh, a lodge? What do these critters look like? Pay a little bit more attention before I murder them all next time. You know what? They did say something about like beaver-like pelts, and those look kind of like beaver critters. Die pretty fast. Frost Rock Matriarch. Castorans. Okay, well, there's a waypoint somewhere. It does feel like all this area was way too empty. Oh, hello. Secret path! Where do you go? Oop, there's a body here. All right. Oh, star. Yeah, that's the bird nest. There you go. Okay. I was hoping it was going to be the scouts. I am starting to wonder if it's backtrack, but maybe after we do this, maybe we'll get some extra information from these guys. Killing lots of hero units, that's nice. Oh, Scholar Reinart's notes. Well, no matter what, we want to come here for that second note. Now, this was the one that was like really, really talkative. Oh, we need to, oops, actually right click it. The parchment is quite old and faded by time. Our progress continues at a frustratingly low pace. Each morning, we wait as our guide consults his gods on our best path forward. I'm no closer to achieving my goal than when I left friendly lands weeks ago. Even with my untrained eye, I have spotted numerous signs of civilization. Path markings, small sites of worship where offerings are made to unknown gods, remnants to temporary camps. Yet Bjor continues to steer us away from the beaten path. He forces us to hike along the banks of the rivers, or pick our way through flooded bogs, all while claiming the hewn paths, which are obviously made for human conveyance, are too dangerous to travel. 2 nights prior, Bjor berated and threatened my assistant Buxley for attempting to fell a small tree to use for firewood. When I questioned him about it, he would give me no reason, saying only that we must not cut any of the trees along the river's edge. As soon as we reach civilization, I plan to hire a new guide and leave before Bjor can follow. Yeah, I was kind of expecting the like base game to maybe go on sale with the release of this expansion. Because I mean, there's going to be extra hype about the game, but you know, the expansion is mostly going to be appealed to people who already own the game. Okay, another nest. Final feather. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Well, they actually weren't sitting that close to the waypoint. Oh, hello, another star. Oh, it might be another nest. If it's one of the... Yeah. Okay, it's one of these where we can keep gathering, so that's going to be a little annoying. So I will go and open the portal. We might have to do a little hiking. Because if I go and take that rift... Oh, there's a little bit of a blank spot here, but...
Watch yourself out there.
I have the feathers. These are just... So, frozen aster, and then more rep. These are just what Noken needs. Thank you, Lowlander. Truth be told, I thought asking you was a futile effort, but you came through for us. Do not have much on me in the way of thanks, but perhaps this herb will come of use to you. Frozen aster is a rare sight among these peaks, highly potent. Okay. That doesn't help me with the scout question. And I'm still worried that I overshot, but... It looks to me like there's a lot more open space in this expansion. Maybe that's one of the reasons. They did say like this map was like really big. It's like 1/3 of the entire game with all the other expansions put together or something like that. It is really good, really big. But maybe the density's low. I can see the Rainbow mod is updated for English. Nice. Okay. Well, I'll probably get that going for the next time. What is this? All right, that's not a thing. Nice. Looks great. I mean, it's, you know, there's not a lot of color here, but that fits the environment. There's a lot of undead. They're very satisfying to kill, though, so I like that. Almost looks like there'd be something over here. Oh, Blood and Ice. Sounds like it could be a great book series that gets converted into a television series that has a terrible final season. In my 16th winter, I, Taken, made... Hang on. I, Taken, made my lone blood pilgrimage to Frostvale. It is only the second time I've performed the rite of blood and ice, but I'm proud that Algir feels I am ready to do it alone. Proud and heavy with burden, for I feel my father's gaze upon me. It is my great honor to offer my lifeblood to the ritual stones, a small bit of my blood to renew the bonds of kin and to keep the way home lit for spirits trapped beneath the ice. I do this for all our fallen. But it is my greatest honor to do this for my father, still lying beneath the snow. One day the ice will thaw, and we will perform the proper burial rites. My father will cross beyond the veil to be reunited with Mother, and when at last I draw my final life breath, I will see him again. Until then, I will do my duty. So, do they believe that maybe people killed by, like, avalanches and things like that are trapped beneath the ice and don't get to go to the afterlife? It's pretty grim. But this is Grim Dawn. Totem fight. Give me loot. Frigid Quill Breath. That sounds like it was made for me. Expanded range. Yeah. Not actually made for this character. All right, I got to remember I'm not stockpiling all these uniques, so I don't actually have to pick up if it's not helpful. Not. Recipe for Adept Scepter. Okie dokie. Whoa! Whiteout conditions here. Pull over on the side of the road till it ends. Another waypoint. And cave? Icebound Passage entrance. Okay, well, I've definitely missed something because we've got an actual dead end here. Okay, where are these goddamn scouts? Search the Highlands and search the missing scouts. I mean, that's literally the Highlands Rift. But I'm just trying to see if there's any map info. This is actually quite hard to read, but it looks like what I want to do is come down here and then go up this way. Maybe there's something that I missed here. Oh, hang on. There's an area up here that got skipped. Is this rift a little closer? Yeah, hold on. There's more area here. Oh my god! Well, good news, everyone. Now, here's one thing I gotta say, and it kind of makes sense with the map the way it is. In some other areas, what they do a lot of times, you can sort of follow like a lot of wagon tracks and stuff like that. There's like visual clues that can help guide you somewhere. You're pretty tough. Our mana problems are nowhere how it used to be. Our regen rate is actually really good right now. Partially, we have a lot more base stats. We also have a little bit of mana regen, or energy regen, I should say, from our constellations. A fair amount of items. I still have some ectoplasms, but I think we can probably stop applying ectoplasm to our gear, and we'll probably be okay. Okay. Hello, scouts. Why do you have great art quest? By Menhir's mercy, I don't think we would have made it if you had not shown up. Looks like I got here just in time. This kern came out of nowhere and distracted the beast while we crawled to safety, but it was only a matter of time before it found us again. I did not think them capable of such honor. My leg is still pretty messed up. How will we get back to Fort Icon? I can open a rift gate for you. Ulfgarn, son of Garn.
You wield strange magics, Lowlander. But that was an impressive feat. I'd have thought your death screams would echo in the peaks, but here you are, victorious.
Well, my first time contending with the void.
The taint of he who dwells below creation reaches farther with every passing moon. Not even the beasts of Asterkarn are spared his putrid touch. It does not surprise me that his foul tendrils have infected your lands as well.
Your people know what caused this?
People, the Kern, have long contended with the darkness. But I am no skald, and will not speak of such matters directly. I admit, I believed all Irulians soft, but you have shown yourself to be a warrior of some talent.
Also a big giant bird.
I don't live to regret this, but with all that is at stake, perhaps this calls for a meeting of our people. If you wish to learn more of the rot that chokes life from our land, you will need to head to Kernhold. Though, getting called to speak may prove difficult.
Where's this Kernhold?
Kernhold is the ancient meeting place of the clan chiefs. and the last safe bastion in a dying land. It lies far to the northwest.
We're actually doing the DLC expansion content now, not just the class.
I have a sigil which will grant you entry into Frail Valley. The door is hidden, but my sigil will reveal the way. The icebound passage beyond is treacherous, but if you are as capable as the battle with Garmir has shown, then it should be a trifling matter. Traverse the passage and travel north through the valley. Kernhold will be impossible to miss.
Pick me, I'll try to answer in a second.
Present my sigil to the guards and ask to speak to the High Chieftain. Tell them Ulfgarn sent you, and maybe your head will remain on your shoulders long enough to speak.
I think he's reading something probably from the next page here. Yeah, okay. I will seek out your chieftain. Okay. So what I can well, there, you know what? There's an area here that I hadn't noticed that we hadn't gone and quite purged, so let's do this for completeness sake. As I say, I can just fast travel to that waypoint. Actually, I'll probably connect this up there, and I might want to backtrack, just clear more of the map. I'm not really expecting anything else of note, but you never know. We're not speed running this expansion. We are completionisting this expansion. Sometimes you can make a jump and sometimes you can't. If there's anything notable over there. Nice. Level up. Oh, yes, see? Exactly. Found another lore book. That's what we're here for. Then go and spend... So again, I'll put 2 points into the base Nightblade, and then put another point into Night's Chill. And then... The Wanderer. I journeyed through the frozen waste, devoid of home and hearth. My people gone, my duty buried beneath the ashes of war. It's good. You're supposed to bury your duty. There was no shelter along my path, only the blinding white of untainted snow. Cruel gods denied me a battle death alongside my kin. Oh, I still got to answer that question. I walked alone, a warrior without purpose. If blades would not separate my head from my shoulders, then I would let the snow claim me along with my shame. When a blizzard struck with blinding force, its icy winds cutting through flesh and bone like a banshee's cry, I thought my death denied had at last come. As the bitter cold dragged me down amid the swirling snow, I laid myself to rest upon the frozen ground. Snow would be my mound, the stars my final witness. This person's dramatic. Then a figure appeared through the flurry. Slung across his shoulders was the steaming carcass of a deer he had only moments before brought down. Dropping the beast beside me, he drew his knife and split open its belly. Without hesitation, he tore away a piece of the still warm flesh and offered it to me. Eat and be strong, he said. The cold cannot pierce a body filled with warmth and blood. I admit, I hesitated and did not reach for the offering at first. But as I laid there in the snow, I finally saw the Wanderer clearly. His features were cold and angular, his incisors unnaturally sharp, and his eyes gleamed a piercing yellow through the storm. The werewolf like I was for a bit? This beast's life's breath was given willingly that yours might continue, Wojak, a warrior without a tribe. The Wanderer spoke once more. Will you squander this gift, or will you allow its strength to join with yours? I grasped the meat and ate it raw. I felt the blood pour through my teeth and stain my beard as warmth poured back into my limbs, and my heart beat with renewed purpose. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Then the Wanderer turned and walked away without a word, disappearing into the heart of the blizzard. I watched him leave until his silhouette became one with the cascading snow. I never saw the Wanderer again, but I will never forget his mercy so long as life breath still draws into my lungs. The stag's horns will adorn my helm until I, at long last, meet my destined death. Very cool. So Pygmy asked a question. The devotion system seems very confusing. How do you figure out what constellations you need for your build? So you can search for keywords, and that's, so for example, one of the things I did, right? I did this. Okay, these are things that have cold as a keyword. Sometimes it's cold resistance, but sometimes it's cold damage. So you can sort of make a little bit of an idea there. How to beeline there, how to work your path, especially in an efficient way, how to get every single constellation you want, especially with the ability to do partial refunds, can be a little tricksy. You can use the main Grim Tools website isn't bad to help do a little bit of planning, but this tool here, I've just linked into both chats, is fairly handy. There's still another web tool I used to use that I can't quite find, because this one does expect that you've clicked enough constellations to be in a valid configuration. It won't autofill in the blanks, but it will tell you the order of doing things in, which is kind of nice. And as you go and select more active constellations, it starts to dim the map to show you like, okay, well, you can't get this one now based on what you're doing, which does make it a little easier to plan. But yeah, this is the thing that's a little harder to do on the fly. I'm gonna bank some of those points. And then a streaming schedule look for this week. Well, it's not much of a schedule this week. We'll see. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow because I do want to stream on Saturday and I'll need a little bit of rest. But okay, let's just check the last little bits of the Fog of War over here, just in case there's some more lore notes hiding. I'm not expecting much more. There's a little bit more of an area here. Who knows? All right, that I think is now done. So what I'm going to do is portal up to the Asterkarn Mountains, because I think now passage opens in the cliffs nearby. Melon. All right, that's a cool little animation. Woo! All right, that's pretty slick. Icebound passage. Might be a little bit more linear. There might be a little less work to fill in the blanks. Okay, getting frozen there sort of sucks. I do have the oils that I can use. How long is 900 seconds? 300 seconds is 5 minutes, so that's 15 minutes of can't be frozen. You know, sure, let's use one. Well, it's not can't be frozen, it's shorter. That does sound useful. Not taking a quick path through. I do want to make sure to grab or spot anything that might be spottable along the way. Although I should also be like mousing over more of the edges over here to find potential secrets that aren't obvious. But no, that looked pretty straightforward. Okay. I know I used a consumable. No one ever does that. You got to end the game with a full inventory of potions and scrolls you've never used. And most of these consumables are craftable, so I'm not as worried. Oh, treasure trove. So we'll dynamite that guy. I'm taking a fair amount of damage. Lights. Okay. Whoa! I did actually just this morning while I was completing a couple of those little like odds and end quests from the base game. I did actually get stuck in some geometry at some point doing a leap. and had to quit and reload. That was less than ideal. It's got a lot of frost effects on it. Wonder. DPS actually goes down slightly, and it doesn't have any resistances. Although, well, no, our current thing does have the some chaos resist. It gives me extra leap charge, which I do like. Chaos, chaos build. Decent amount of resistances on it. Bonus to Bloodborne, which I don't think we use, or Heartseeker, which I don't think we're using. All right, let's read this journal. I grow more suspicious of our guide as the days pass. Though I am unfamiliar with the lay of the land, I'm quite positive. Leave me alone to read. I'm quite positive our intended destination, a citadel called Kernhold, was northwest of Fort Icon, yet by my calculations, we continue to travel due north along the river's edge. When I confronted Bjor about our route, he refused to address my concerns and was quick to point out that I have very little experience in the wilds, a fact I cannot refute. Worse yet, my assistant, Buxley, wandered off in the early hours of the morning. I suspect he intended to bathe himself in a nearby stream as he left his furs in a heap near his bedroll. I certainly can't blame him. It has been several days since I've bathed, and I fear the scent of these putrid furs may never wash off. Unfortunately, it seems he's gone and gotten himself lost. I fear for the boy, as his nature is softer even than my own. Ever so helpful, our guide Bjor refuses to search for Buxley, claiming the gods forbade us to leave our path, or some such foolishness. Even now, as I have ordered us to hold in camp until Buxley's return, Bjor grumbles and curses, cutting me down with his eyes as he sharpens his weapon. His weapon, which I had not noticed before, is nothing more than a humble stick. A stick which he insists on sharpening daily. I once observed him using his teeth to peel pieces from it, until he caught me watching and resumed the task with a jagged rock. These are strange folk indeed. Though I hope not to leave Buxley behind, we will soon continue our journey. I must reach Kernhold so that I can complete my task here and return to the comfort and safety of the Empire. Okay. So there's a path north there. There's a little... that might have been mostly dead end, but I'm not sure. There's also here, so... All right. Okay, this may be backtracking now. Yeah. And then unless there was something up on this hill... No, okay. Corners a little bit. Oh, hang on. There's also this and a totem. I'm worried I'm going to miss a lore book unless we clear every corner. There's some weird line of sight going on over here. Blueprint, Warmonger's Belt. I don't think that's one we're... Well, I don't know. It's got a bunch of resistance. Stake Thrower, no. Legionnaire's Rebuke, no. 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 Okay. Backtrack. I do. Gotta catch all the notes. Because I'm assuming sort of continuing northish is probably where we're ultimately looking to go to end this area. Okay, so that's done. Down, there's up, but they probably reconnect. There's the exit. Make sure we didn't miss anything. No. Okay. We're searching for noteworthy landmarks. Yeah. All right. Portal to the north, but let me scooch south first. I'm not expecting to be much over here. We're out of the snowy area. Oh, emerge from the passage into the valley below. Sure do. Frail Valley Rift. Store and flood. All right, let's see about these beaver people. Remembered in tales of the oldest ancestors, Lothulok the Hunter was born among a tribe now forgotten who dwelt upon the banks of the Boulder River. One spring, when the river should have run fierce and full, its waters dwindled day by day until only trickle remained. Troubled by this omen, the tribe sent a band of hunters to seek the river's source and learn what had become of its waters. Among them traveled a young Lothulok, already renowned for his skill with the bow. After a day's journey, they beheld a mighty barrier of timber, unlike anything the Kern had ever seen. Upon it sat many Castorians, so we're playing timberfolk now, watching as though they had awaited the hunters' coming. As the hunters drew near, the Castorians scurried to either side and, working together, drew huge logs, acting as pins from the heart of the structure. At once the dam burst open, unleashing a roaring wall of water and loose timber. The hunters fled, but none could outrun the flood. Only Lothulok, don't know, I can't say it right, survived, having scaled the tallest tree he could find. Though the torrent tore the tree from the earth, it endured long enough to bear him downstream until the waters calmed. At last, Lothulok reached dry land and made his way home. Yet where his village had stood, nothing remained but mud. No hall, no hearth, nor any trace of his people could be found. The flood claimed them all. There, amid the ruin of his tribe, Lothulok swore a mighty oath. He would become the greatest hunter the Kern had ever known, and for every soul lost to the cursed Castorians, 100 of their kind would fall by his hand. Okay. Well, that sounds like a proportional response. I made this question yesterday. Oh yeah, I think that was one of the ones that got lost in the when YouTube chat broke and I hadn't realized. Probably miss. Can the dynamite be used as a weapon versus hostile? No, I don't think so. I think it's just an item that you use to interact with with items on the map. It may also be used for some crafting, but mostly it's interacting with points of interest.
What are you doing in my house?
Why is it so cold around you? Troubles. Yeah, what? Yeah, you're quite frosty. I'm also a frosty person. Maybe we could trade secrets. We noticed? I'll have you know it's a curse. It was my wife, Lenorith, ex-wife now. Neither of us wanted the marriage, but it was arranged by our parents. Lenorith always seemed a bit unstable, but my family was poor, and my father believed marriage would do me good. Shows what he knew. I figured we would not be a match, but I never took her for a hag. After our wedding, she bewitched my dog into a deer and chased him away. Pretty random, but okay. When I insisted she turn him back, she became violent and stormed out into a blizzard, one of the worst storms I've seen in years. I can still hear her chilling words carrying upon the wind. May you be forever lost in the cold and dark. Sure. Okay. How can I help? You do that for a complete stranger? I've come to accept this curse would be with me forever. I know Lenorith now lives in Kernhold, but I can't even get near the beloved city without my hands turning to ice. Please speak to her on my behalf. I doubt she even remembers me anymore. Maybe she will take mercy and remove this dreaded curse. See what I can do. Okay. Bonus side quest. What we can do here is maybe like follow us up. Oh, there's another frozen aster. Clearly crafting ingredients for stuff on this map. I can follow the right edge, and then when we find something like a next waypoint, I can walk back on the left edge and then just travel from one waypoint to another. Okay, I want to try to clear these maps as much as possible here. Frost effigy sounds relevant. This sounds not relevant. I guess I'm still filtering for pierce, which I might turn off. Just like we do pierce damage, but I really think we should probably focus and see if we can get our multipliers up on like the frost, right? Add more frost multipliers, but we'll see. Sorkor Saga, Part 1. What are these effigies as well? They have built-in boost to Winds of Asterkarn, which I'm not using, but it's quite interesting. 152% extra cold damage. That is a lot of cold damage. Okay. Yeah, that's adding 1,200 more DPS. One's a little less. I lose my leap charges, which is too bad because I really do like that. No, that's pretty good. I don't remember where Hailstorm is. It's here, which is the Wereraven Winds of Asterkarn. I mean, we could use this. I feel like it's a charge one. Like you channel it, and it does a big AoE around you. It's probably a really badass attack, but I'm quite happy with my 2 primary attacks right now. Do I want to backtrack here? I'm talking about holding that wall. Oh, and I didn't actually read the lore note. Let's do that. The first saga. Behold the saga of Baal Agan, whose name was once Sorkar, and whose strength was known before he knew his own shadow. In his infancy, the omens gathered thick about him. As a babe, he gripped with such force that wood split and stone groaned beneath his grasp. The elders whispered that no cradle could contain him. When he first found his feet and strode unsteadily into the world, fate tested him. He fell into the village well, vanishing down its black throat. From that darkness rose the shrieks of monstrous rats, ancient things that had gnawed the roots of the earth itself. The villagers heard the splashing, the gnarling, and then silence. And then the child returned. He climbed from the well, slick with blood, not his own, bearing the carcasses of the beasts across his small shoulders. The stones of the well were scored where his fingers had found purchase. From that day forth, none spoke of him merely as a boy. Years passed, and Sorkar grew as storm clouds grew, heavy with promise and violence. No contest stood long before him, no beast that prowled the hills returned unbroken. Yet his greatest trial came when the sky itself turned hostile. From the horizon swarmed ravens. Hey! I'm a raven. The size of war horses, their beaks and claws thrashing the darkness. Panic seized the village, but Sorkar did not flee. He strode into the storm of wings. He seized the beasts from the air, shattered their beaks in his grasp, and dashed their bodies upon the rocks. The river frothed red where he cast them, and the rapids carried their ruin far downriver. The writing in this is great. When at last the sky cleared, it was Sorkar alone who stood beneath it. The elders bowed their heads, and their daughters, fairest of the hearthfires, looked upon him not as one man, but as a force of nature given flesh. And so he is granted both their hands in marriage. For it was said, no single life could contain him, and no single bond could match the magnitude of his being. He who climbed from the dark bearing death, scourge of the swarm. This was but the beginning of his legend. He's going to turn super evil, and we'll have to kill him later. I mean, this is Grim Dawn. Always assume that everything turns horrible. We're going to have to definitely do some backtracking here, but this isn't bad. If we can get to a waypoint and then backtrack, it'll make our life a lot better. Luckily, we haven't found any of the notes out of order yet, because I'd probably want to hold off. Although it would be a good indicator that we'd missed something if that was the case. All right, there's clearly a town up ahead that way. Hello. May I come in, please?
Your presence here is an insult.
Lowlander, you stand at the gates of Kernhold. You're not welcome. Turn back now. I bear Ulfgarn's sigil. Ulfgarn give you his mark? How do I know you did not murder him for the honor, huh? You'll just have to trust me. Trust not easily earned, but you bear the marks, you may enter, Lowlander. I will warn you, though, should anyone within these walls come to harm by your hand, the rocks will be picking your bones off the mountainside by light's dawn. Yeah, I will not draw my weapon first. Okay.
I'm watching.
Hey, you.
Lowlander.
Wayfinder Hrodgar. I suggest you head right back through that southern gate and back where you came from, Lowlander. Why is that? We do not take kindly to invaders in our home, and neither would you. Invaders? You may not know your history, Irulian, but we do. The Kern do not easily forget or forgive past transgressions. Not responsible for that. The War of the Meads? Ooh. This sounds fun. From the ruminations of Einar, the drunken skald. From the deepest bottle poured my foes, their blood from cup and tankard flows. I plot my battle plans at first, no spear or shield, I wield my thirst. Great heroes break. Ooh, I could go for the beer. You know, it's my day off, I could do that, right? Great heroes brace and stand their ground, but one by one I drink them down. I find myself at battle's end, lying on the ground again. Lovely. Sure. Good day. Wait, what brings an Irulian here? I'm here to speak with your High Chieftain. Ah, not my trouble then. Keep heading up to the top. You can't miss the Chieftain's hut. What are you doing? Admiring the snow melt. Should be a great season of fishing. Really? What do you catch? The small red-bellied trout, mostly. Steelfin if I'm lucky, and it doesn't tear through the line. Makes for good eating if you can bag one of those. All right. There's someone inside the hut.
You should not be here, Lowlander.
We don't get many visitors in Kernhold. Don't overstay your welcome. All right. I like the rounded edges. I can see why some of the races in Songs of Six like their round houses. Horses, shit. All right. Oh, from the ruminations of Einar the Drunken Skald. Dark road strode I boldly, boot shod, brisk and steady. Stallions' leavings lay in waiting, soft and foul, days fermenting. Heel sank deep in horses' apples, forest green with dark brown dapples. Curses split the evening air, a fool I am now, standing here. All right. There's a chieftain to speak to over here, but... Hello, Worrell.
Should not be here.
Cannot believe they're all gone. What happened? My nephew, Desmere, disappeared, taken by the bloodbound, no doubt. My sister, the fool, went after them into the dread wastes. I fear I've lost my entire family. I'll keep an eye out for them. You didn't actually give me a quest for that, which is interesting. Lenorith! Oh! It's the dude Spoos. You know a man named Maldorf? Lenorith's expression darkens. What about him? Can you tell me what happened between you two? He is a scum through and through. Maldorf was only ever interested in garnering wealth, especially if he didn't have to work for it. His proudest moment was convincing my wealthy family he could be a fitting match for me. I could tell, yes, we're getting conflicting stories. I could tell what kind of man he was the moment we met, but nobody listened to my objections. After we were wed, he would lock me in the cabin while he went off to blow the dowry on mead and betting on bones. If I tried to break out, he would lash out, sometimes violently. He would make wild accusations whenever anything went wrong in his life, always blaming me. So one chilling winter's night, I had enough. I grabbed a knife and rammed it into his thigh. While he screamed after me, I grabbed his keys and fled into a blizzard. I barely made it to Kernhold alive. I haven't seen Maldorf since then. I had assumed he got lost in the storm or decided I wasn't worth the trouble anymore. Then I heard stories about the curse. I could not stop smiling. The gods were looking out for me that night. So you did not curse him? No, wouldn't know the first thing about it. My grandmother Kryn, though, she was a mystic and a bit of unhinged, if I'm being honest. She might know more. I'd like to speak to her. I don't know why you're so interested in Maldorf. My grandmother lives alone on the outskirts of Kernhold, past the Eastern Gate. You won't be able to get there without a High Chieftain's blessing. All right, well, we'll work towards it. We'll see. Crazy Grand Alert. Awesome Grand Alert. Ali Mira's Envy, Part 1. Hearken and attend the tale of Almira's sin, for it is a story of our end. Let it be a lesson written in blood and sorrow, a warning against the poison of envy and the folly of bargaining with shadows. For I, Halvor, last skald of the Avengar Kern, commit this cursed tale as the final record of our tribe. All Kern knows well the great wealth of Avengar, wrought from the pelts of lowly Castorians. Our great hall, gilded with Arcovian gold, was a marvel of the Kern, our cookpots always full, our herd stock plentiful, and our weapons keen for the hunt. Chieftain Vorlag was a man of strength, his 2 daughters his pride. Lyra, the younger one, as beautiful and lithe as a mountain flower, was born to Dyfid, the handsome son of a Castoran pelt trader, whose wealth flowed like the northern rivers. But Alamira, the older sister, felt she should have married first and watched them with eyes green as a serpent's, her heart a nest of vipers. On a moonless night, Almira crept not to her bed, but to a forest clearing where the cursed standing stones of the Forgotten Ones still stood, dark memorial to time beyond record. There she whispered her desire to the darkness, and the darkness answered. Makes me think of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, a novel I really, really enjoy. A shadow with crimson embers for eyes coiled around her soul, promising Dyfid's embrace in exchange for her firstborn child. The fool, blinded by her lovesickness and envy, agreed. What came to her in the ruins wore Dyfid's face, but it was not him. It was a vessel of rot, a hollow thing that left a seed of damnation in her womb. I'm sure it works out fine. Hello.
Please, just leave us alone.
Not sure. Don't want you here, but please leave the children out. I'm just here to help. You're dressed funny. I'll have you know, that's the peak of fashion. My lovely plumage. I love the colors that they put in here. Mama says not to talk to you. All right. Yep, don't talk to strangers. Oh, we have a respec person over here. Ooh. Okay, so I know this is one of the new mechanics in this game. This Ascension stuff. First of all, you're just a spirit guide, right? Regular spirit guide. Runekeeper Jorn.
It's a sacred place.
I wish to use the altar. What an unusual request for a lowlander. With the High Chieftain's blessing, you may approach freely. Okay, so maybe I can't interact with it right now. Yep, earn the trust of the current to access the Ascension altar. Okay. I think it's another kind of meta progression aspect.
Welcome.
Nice hammer. The Hammer of Ban is always by my side. Follow the laws of Kernhold, and I won't have to introduce you. I won't break any rules.
Oh, an outsider.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm looking for the High Chieftain. To reach the High Chieftain, you must pass through the tower and take the stairs up the tallest point of Kernhold. It's heavily guarded, but you will be granted entry.
Oh, an outsider.
I heard tale of a unique altar in these parts. Just past it. Yep,
Oh,
okay.
an outsider.
Is there a merchant? Kernhold is a rich mix of traders and merchants visiting from all the lands. Head east and take the stairs up and look for the bazaar. What do you do here? My role as Skald is to be a retainer of knowledge for generations to come, a minister of information, if you will. Oh, thanks for everything you do. Fast travel point. Oh, and that's the bounty table. Okay. What I'm thinking about is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to backtrack now to the previous waypoint. And I'm going to take the trek up north again, hugging the left-hand side now. For completionism. Huzzah! Just in case there's any more lore books. And theoretically, doing a pass down the middle may also be required, but... Ooh. Honey, I'm home. What are these guys? Frost Clan. That's a giant... What are these little guys? Grobbles. Okay. Anything... Sort of here. I'm not too worried about leaving some loot behind. Oh, there's a something. Nice mob density though. Gotta be good for the XP. Crossblade of Sanctification. Oh, Amara's Blade Burst is highlighted. It is a Nightblade thing, although we're not going to be using it. Star Pact. I don't know what class has Star Pact. I'm going to assume Arcanist, maybe? Oh! Who are you?
There, friend.
Shunust. Hello there, friend. Thanks for getting me out of that cage. Not every day you run into a lowlander, much less one saving your life. I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend me a hand once more. What else can I do? You see, I'm a courier. I was making my way out of Kernhold to deliver creative weapons to a settlement down south. You probably never heard of it. Just like your Canadian girlfriend. Probably never, yeah. Being an Allurian, but it's an interesting border town. Trouble started almost immediately when I ran into a pack of Grobbles. One group is not a big deal. They usually scatter as soon as you pick one off, but I was unprepared for a larger ambush down the road. Little thieves made off with my delivery and locked me in here. God knows what reason. Probably keeping my meat fresh for later. That is until you happen along. I'm beat, so I'll be returning to Kernhold and calling it a loss, but if you were to recover the crate for me, I'll pay you a finder's fee. All right. So it's somewhere. I'm hoping it's not somewhere I've already been. But probably if it would have, it probably still would let me claim it. That's usually how it works in these things. I don't know if it's somewhere in this village. But I'm happy I came in here. So it looks like we can probably exit this village to the east. Loops back down there. Since Steeds ran off, I don't know if it told us where. I can reopen the quest in a second here. Double check it. Yeah, he wanted to go south. And return it in Kernhold, which is north. I don't know if there's a good indication in there of where the thieves might have gone. Not really expecting anything to be in this area because I don't think there's enough there. Yeah, okay. So, let's return... Oh, realize I was in a bottleneck here. Let's go this way and then hug this left-hand side and see what happens. Looking for lore books, and we might discover another random side quest. A lot of times those side quests don't do anything. There's a few quests that do give you stat points. But most of the side quests are just a way to get some extra rep a little easier. And I mean, an XP injection, sure. Oh, hello. You got a quest marker. I wonder if that's the lost loot. And it might have been entirely possible to get it first, but it probably wouldn't have been marked with a star. Ooh. Good rock. Weapons crate. Okay. Excellent. So if you were trying to go for speedy leveling, right, you obviously don't need to clear everything. And if you've done it before, you don't care about the lore books the same way. Again, they give you a little bit of XP when you read them, but they're not really a big deal. But when you're coming through the valley, hug the left side. Like I hugged the right side. If I just hugged the left side from the start, I would have found that guy. I would have hit here. Okay. We'll backtrack in a second here. See what's over this way. Oh, the rune on the back. This is, I believe, it's from one of my buffs that's running. I don't know which one, but one of my buffs that's running is what this rune is. I can't toggle them off because as the previous update made it so that if you unlock a buff, it's always running. It might be Amatok's Pact. That wouldn't surprise me. I think it's probably that. These gaps here. We're definitely not going to be finishing this expansion today, not if we're going completion. We probably could, like, if we've done it before, you know where you're going, and you're not caring about hitting all the side content, you can burn through things fairly quickly. That is a big flaming sword. Igran Worldbreaker. Beastkin. You look awesome. I mean, you look very Balrog-esque. That's a compliment. Oop, hit your leash point. Oh, you're healing. Oh. Okay. I guess when the leash starts, you heal. Although we are getting some free hits here. Okay. I'll try to kite more in circles. Seeing Worldbreaker Spear. Way of Reckoning. Physical damage converted to fire damage. Okay, that's very cool. Anything that converts is always nice. All damage is nice. I mean, we're not werewolf, but it is nice that this exists. I don't think I'm going to bother grabbing that. At this point, I'm not really expecting to run into anything else, but you never know. Oh! The Drunkard's Hearth. Or Hearth. It's probably that same Skald, isn't it? Yep. The frigid god demands it. From icy throne commands it. An open hearth he proclaims, with mead and soups and leaping flames. On coldest nights, when drunkards roam, he demands an open home. And so I search for place to rest. Of drunken fools, I am the best. Well, there's a little bit of blankness, so, you know. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. I'm not sure that we've got... Oh, maybe right over here we can cross into that. Or not. But it's pretty slim. I'm going to gamble that there's nothing out over there. Might be wrong about it, but that's what I'm going to do. We'll pop back into Kernhold. Oh, although... Where's the weapon guy? He's in here somewhere. We may have missed him. Well, let's push forward. And then, because there's the vendor area up ahead. Oh, there it is with the star. I'm going to say, if he's not there, then we'll backtrack. But is it you? Junus, yeah.
Hello there, friend.
Yeah, I have the crate. Finder's fee. Inventory bag space. So I think you can get up to maybe 5 of the bags, and there's lots of quests that give it to you. And you can do them across difficulties, so you easily max out your bags. Obviously, the sooner the better. All right, stay away from the grubbles. But yeah, I think, oh, wait, I think that is our 5th bet. Maybe you can get more slots. I'm not sure. There's an apothecary's journal. Ooh. And more lore to read. Let me do that. Thank you. On the subject of frozen aster, these daisy-like flowers have yellow centers that may become reddish with age. Surrounded by many blue or violet florets, they have flowering stems that have leaves like needles, which tend to be horizontal in nature. While clearly a hardy plant, a frozen aster is able to survive and thrive in the highest snowy reaches of Asterkarn mountains. Successfully harvesting an aster requires a delicate and skilled hand that has shunned the weight and brutality of a berserker's axe. Only a trained herbalist, armed with the finest sharpened scythes forged by an artisan's will, can hope to harvest this delicate plant with reliable success. Any measure of excess force will be met with a crumpled specimen bereft of its extraordinary properties. Okay.
Something ails you?
Herb Tender Nadala. Treat your warts, boils, and relationships. Relationships? You would be surprised by how much can be resolved by a hint of fine-smelling herbs in your monthly soak. Need help with someone in particular? I should not have asked. I see, no, you need something else, something more potent. I do not trade in snake oil, my dear. Peek into my cauldron and I can create something just for you. What can you do for me? Almost anything, if you carry the right formulas. Even the flask can make a world of difference in the final product. Alchemy is a wondrous art with nigh limitless potential. One must get creative and be willing to experiment. You wish to try, just tell me what you want mixed inside my cauldron.
I think I have a solve for that.
So I can click the cauldron, but are there other combinations of formulas and techniques? Explore. All right. Oh shit. Okay. Hell no. I can tune my potions? I think I read some. I did read the Steam page, but wow. So it looks like my tonic of mending, I could either give it charges, but slow down the recharge rate. So better for burst, or I could just lower the recharge rate, which is better for sustain, or I could give it more potency. 22 skill. Yeah, I'm going to go for just shortening the recharge timer. How do I get more skills for alchemy? Because right now, my potion... Oh, it's actually showing me that. Oh, is it just set? Yeah, it just happens immediately. Okay. So my elixir spirit, currently, let's just double check. 12-second recharge, 15% plus 120 energy. I'll just shorten its recharge. Oh, only one of the 2 potions can have this skill. And as interesting is to have the mana potion also heal us. Did it add the bubbles? Oh, it adds the bubbles. I think this makes more sense. Okay, so we'll clearly have to come back here as we do something else? Huh. It's a Ba'an hammer. Oh my god, I missed that before. Okay. Part 2 of Sorkar's legend. This is the super strong person. The second saga. The word of Sorkar's deeds rose from the hearths to the high halls of the gods, and their pride soured. His strength rivaled their own, and jealousy, that ancient ember, found breath among them. Unable to break him, they chose to bind him. They offered him Alma, daughter of Ulo, keepers of the waters, and summoned him to their lodge beyond where the sacred waters gathered formed the Volder River. What, is this a third wife for him? There they tested him with frost, flame, and ancient riddles. He did not bow. If we cannot unmake you, they decreed, we shall name you. And beneath the circling stars, Sorkar was given a new name, Bal-Agan. Not merely man, not yet god, something forged between. But Bal-Agan did not linger long in the halls of cloud and storm. For below, the world groaned, and from the spilled blood of the great annihilator rose fiends without numbers, and Bal-Agan descended to hunt them. In the plains, he faced Orgok Sul, the colossal hound born of the dying god's severed hand. For 3 days, they battled beneath the breath of the mountain. This feels very like, Greek mythology level of stuff, Like a Hercules kind of figure here. Rending the forest and mountains to their foundations. Thus began his war against the Void Spawn, a war that would test whether the gods had raised a champion or unleashed something greater. All right.
Greetings, Lowlander.
Heard rumors Lowlander arrived. I see they're true.
An outsider.
Terrible things are afoot. Now Lowlander shows up at the doors. Can I help you? No.
Oh, an outsider.
Best leave Vorel to fume. He just lost a son. Is there anything I can do? Not unless you have the nose of a direwolf. The scent is long gone. Well, I mean, I could switch back to werewolf form.
Please, just leave it.
Okay. Yeah, the potions on the map. There's that. Trader. Smith. Okay, hold on.
Don't start any trouble, Lowlander.
I'm not looking for trouble.
Keep moving.
All right, fine. Antisocial butt faces.
Oh,
Okay, Smith.
Greetings,
Two
traveler.
different Smiths? Do they might have slightly different modifiers on some of the stuff they can create. Okay. We do have the ability to build the Glacier. I'm not entirely sure if it's better. So Equilibrium gives us 11% elemental damage, and it's got that movement speed, which is really nice. The Glacier is flat cold damage, which is good with all our modifiers. And it does give us the Ice Surge skill, but I'm not sold on it. I only have one of the Molten Skins, although I think I can craft more. So I'm probably not going to bother yet. What we really need at this point is our tier 2. Okay, so you're just a regular trader. Well, let's dump some of this crap that we don't need. Free up some space. Oh, put those pants on. Am I overcapped on Pierce? Oh, I actually am quite a bit. Hold on. If I swap these pants... And actually, I'm no longer capped on elemental resistances, including cold, which might be super relevant here. If I do this, I think our damage is going to go up by quite a bit, an extra 600 DPS, and I think our defenses are slightly better than what we were. So you. Shoulders of... a lot of percentage cold damage. Glacial Talons, Blade Spirit. Glacial Talons? Yeah. And Blade Spirit will be great for us later. Damage went up a lot by doing that. And this does cost us a 10% chaos resist, which is a shame, but I think that's fine. If I'm nervous, I can just keep it for now in case I change my mind, but I don't think so. Those pants can go... I can go... Oh yeah, so okay, we got a bunch of these frost plumes, which is really nice. So that you can see they both have the Glacial Talons and Blade Spirit. This also has Rallying Cry, which we're not actually spec'd into. It's got nice resistances. I think our damage would go down, barely, but it would cap out our frost resist. Very nice defensive bonuses. But no, we don't need you right now. This, okay, we're not going to use. I think we're good without that. There's another one of these frost plumes. Oh, with a higher cold damage percentage and bonus frostburn. The resistances are nowhere near as good. Actually, it doesn't really change our DPS that much. So I'm going to keep the ones that have better resist. Would we equip this later? Actually, might. But it's 3 levels away. You know what? We're going to find others. Wretched Necessity, we're not going to use you. Elemental Frostburn, Elemental and Pierce Resist. Yeah, I think... I don't know which of the two we're subbing. Yes, it's very similar there. Oh, that really breaks our thing. That's actually not particularly different here. You know what? Our current ring had all that vitality resistance, which I don't want to lose. So we're going to keep that. That stuff. This mask, no. Cold Snap. It's an interesting scepter. It is interesting that it is a cold-based scepter, but it still would be a decrease in our DPS, although it gives us flash freeze. But the thing is, it's this Stalwart Harbinger's Void Blade like, I don't think the stalwart or the alacrity is that helpful. Well, alacrity is probably giving us casting speed, which actually is nice. And the stalwart is probably the defensive ability. I think we could find a Harbinger's Voidblade that is a million times better for us. If we can get one with a freaking cold modifier, that'd be good. We should probably look to see where we could farm this, because that, like, we picked that up at level 20, and it's still, like, an amazing weapon for us. If I go into the Grim Tools website, where's the item database? And look up Harbinger's Voidblade. Yeah, there's tons of different monsters it can drop from, and a couple of name dudes. I don't know. I probably won't go farming for it now, but that's definitely the sort of thing that can be very helpful. And you could revisit an area from time to time to get a higher level drop of it. I guess we'll sell you. We'll sell you. That can go. That can go. No, no. And yeah, I guess we're not keeping you. All right. All right, clean some stuff up. That seems all right. Who are you?
I'm watching you.
All right. Everyone's watching me. So there's two different paths we can take here. I didn't actually realize. Oh, okay, that leads down to the same area. Oh, fairest maiden. My swimming eyes spied fairest maid. From finest things her form was made. Her face a place for man to rest. Her bosom stands among the best. I make my way across the room when stopped me short a godly boom. Before me stood the lord of beasts, a wolf, a man, a god at least. He thinks to claim my fairest prize, to charm her with his godly lies. Sword and shield I'd bring to bear, to fell the god just standing there. He raised his hand to strike me down, when on his face there grew a frown. Pity he bestowed on me, like itching dog spares biting flea. A spell he cast to clear my mind of ale and mead and finest wine. With sober sight my eyes grew big. This fairest maid, she was a pig. All right.
Greetings, traveler.
An interesting look, Lilander. Does everyone dress this way where you're from? I'm literally a raven. That's his personal style. I like it in his way. Oh, do you have suggestions? Glad you asked. You can definitely work with what you've got. You'll need to show me your collection. Okay, I can use some help. Oh, you became an illusionist. Cool. So, when you collect things, you do unlock the like the form of it, and then you can apply it to your outfits. So you can end up like with really sick looks, however you want. Like if I didn't want to be holding the sword, I could be like, listen, I'm gonna hold this instead, and then you spend some money and apply the illusion and things like that. It's nice to like swag yourself up later. Sasuke gazed at the fruit stand with hungry eyes. Here, buy yourself whatever you like. Really? For me? Thank you. Okay, we're gonna. Oh, I can talk to you again. Oh, okay.
Greetings, Lowlander.
Hello, Cora. Afraid I don't have much in terms to trade. All right, try the other stalls. Quit ogling my pigs, Lowlander. They're not for sale. It wasn't. All right. Okay.
Greetings, traveler.
Okay, so this is the quartermaster.
Please, just leave us alone.
Huh? Why is there a little point here? Where's Kiergrid? Are you down below? Maybe above. Oh, more poetry. After many battles won with mead and wench and nighttime fun, I lie beneath the spinning sky, feeling like I'll maybe die. Release of sleep my only hope, I close my eyes and try to cope. When over mountain creeps her gaze, burning bright her ceaseless blaze, she beckons all who sleep to wake, to take up arms for war to make. They rise again and to her pray, thankful for another day. A cheerful verse I will not sing, my drunken eyes her daylight stings. I'll craft a rhyme finely spun, to simply say, damn the sun! See ya, Dragark.
Greetings, traveler.
Move along.
Oh. We'll probably come back to you. All right, let's go and talk to the thing. Oh, hold on. Hit our sober warnings. Not drunken anymore? Hey, Quill, pay attention. There's a new subscriber. Hey, Ring347, thanks for the sub. Remember, you can join the Discord. I don't know who this drunken fool thinks he is, rambling on about kings and gods, filling the ears of the willing with his filth and lies. He appeared not more than a week ago. Stumbling in from the forest, reeking of cheap meat and urine, he lay there at the gate for 3 days, pissing himself and yelling at worms until, one cold night, some fool took pity on him and let him in. Damn Amatok. Now he graces this court like a foul infection, spewing his wine-soaked tales. He claims to have the mead of poets, and so holds court with a chieftain? What madness has overtaken this place? I will not stand for this. Einar must be removed. If they will not see reason, I will hire a mercenary to capture him and drag him back to the wilds, where he belongs. Hadar, hand of the Thane Vilgar. Great White Wolf. Thane Vilgar, Skald Magwin, and Ygra, High Chieftain of the Kern. All right. You're literally the cover art person.
So you are the one from Erulan. How interesting. In another time, maybe I would claim you and keep you as a curiosity. Study you so as to learn more of our great enemy to the south. But all things have changed. The Erulan Empire is shattered, and a war between ancient powers threatens all life, binding humankind together. These are days of great purpose. What is your purpose, traveler?
Ulfgarn bid me to speak with you. I carry his mark.
The vigilant Ulfgarn has granted you this honor personally. Ulfgarn is not a man whose approval is easily won. If you've come to speak, then speak.
I want to find the source of the corruption.
The Kern have long contended with this evil. Though its tendrils spread far, it is deeply rooted here in Asterkarn. Yes, you may see its nature for yourself if you wish. I will allow it. The guards at the eastern gate will not deny you. Pass through the gate and follow the river north towards Ulos Springs. A defiled site of profaned rituals we call Guardian Sorrow is not far from here. If you truly wish to learn the truth, then witness its horrors firsthand.
All right, north towards Ulos Spring, Guardian Sorrow. All right. Guess there was the may I ask something.
It is a wonder you've ascended to Kernhold on your own, but now can't find your way
Eastern
out.
Gate, follow rivers, north. All right. Hello, Thane.
Against my advice, the young chieftain has allowed you to pass through the eastern gates. I do not know what you hope to find there, Lowlander, but know that I will be watching.
You don't trust me?
We have allowed a bear into our den of wolves.
I'm a raven!
Does it seek to share the warmth of the cave?
What's wrong with these people?
To steal our kill. Mistrust is not only warranted, it is necessary.
I will prove you wrong.
Found time for old Magwin among all the commotion? You are kind, Lowlander.
May I ask some questions?
A pupil in need of learning. I would be delighted.
Well, I know what scholars do, but our role serve as historian of the Kern, gather stories from the future generations, not forget the lessons of the past.
Oh, a pupil in
What
need
can you tell me about the High Chieftain? High Chieftain Ygra has served our people for over 10 winters. She may be but a pup in my eyes, but you would be a fool to mistake her leniency and savage gaze for weakness. She is sharp of wit and ruthless in battle. The blood of Mogdrogan courses through her veins as it did in her ancestors. Few claim the loyalty of the White Wolf as she has. He is ever by her side. Yeah. There were none surprised when she rose to claim the mantle of High Chieftain after her father was gored during a mammoth hunt. May her reign be long and her judgment guided by the wisdom of the gods and the stars. Yeah, what is that giant wolf? He is the son of Mogdrogan, the wolf, a ferocious, ever-present companion to our High Chieftain. If you bear us no ill will, then you need not fear his fangs.
Oh, a pupil in need of learning.
Why have I never met any Kern before? After the war, retreated to our founding lands, licked our wounds, rebuilt. Urlin's still on the rise. We saw Little Valley and reignited long-forgotten conflicts, so we sealed the valley and sequestered ourselves to Asterkarn. In time, the pompous imperial court in Erlin's capital forgot about our existence, and we were not without our own problems back in the valley. The tribes were scattered, and the blood-bound never vanquished. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna put another tick in Knight's Chill, and then keep pushing up here. Do I want to grab Blade Trap? No. No Blade Barrier. I suppose I could put 1 point in Anatomy of Murder, just in case we get a +1 to everything in Nightblade. Mostly, we'd be doing it, I guess, just for the damaged humans and cunning. Yeah, if we're playing the werewolf build, the bleeding would be nice, but I guess we'll skip that. Oh, I should probably put 1 tick in phantasmal armor. Just, it's a nice little passive boost to things. I don't know if we'll max it. It's nice to get the pierce resistance and the armor. Like, it's nice overall, but yeah, we'll just put 1 little tick so it can be boosted by something else. Will finally started today and also went Wereraven because you started yesterday. It's damn fun. Nice. What did you pick for your second class? Did you also go Berserker or did you go different? Or, sorry, Nightblade? Or did you go something different?
Traveler.
Bloodbound are everywhere. They do not take prisoners. We should have gone to Kernhold sooner when the High Chieftain summoned. Promise the Bloodbound will pay. Miss my sister. What happened to her? Bad men took her out. Not allowed to play that. Yeah. Are you one of the bad people that took Hastrin? No, why? Because if you were, I would hurt you. What happened to Hastrin? We're up in the woods when Hastrin ran to hide behind in the thicket. She never came back. Not allowed. Well, we might find her. Hopefully in one piece, but this is Grim Dawn, and so I'm not going to hold my breath.
Traveler.
Let's not lose sight of all the good that remains. Sure, but we must fight for it. Okay. Great, like, I like the verticality here and the layering. That's nice.
We seldom allow visitors inside these walls.
You should not be.
Oh ho ho! A lowlander! What a delight!
Oh, Urfun the Mystic.
Lowlander.
Lowlander, rumors are already spreading about your arrival in Kernhold. I do not know your aims, but the chieftain has granted you passage, so your purpose here must lie beyond the gate, where shadows gather. You can go where we cannot. You can fight back the chthonic corruption spreading to the north. I implore you, please help us. What can I do? Darkness has long sought to infect Asterkarn's heart, but has never come this close to succeeding. The shrines were erected in honor of our gods and ancestors serve as wards against this evil, but many have remained dormant, without offerings made in months or even years. You have the High Chieftain's permission and may pass through the northern gates unhindered. Please travel to our sacred sites and make offerings of prayer and frozen aster. The shrines may not thwart what ails our land, but they will lessen Cairn's pain. And where would I find frozen aster? Just all over the place. Growth throughout the valley, commonly found where the snow is the thickest. All right, we'll do what it can. I do have a few, so maybe we'll be all right. And then, right, we've looped around back over here.
Greetings, traveler.
Nice mammoth. Mammoths are gentle giants unless roused into battle.
I'm watching you.
Sorry to bother you, Lowlander.
I couldn't help but notice you going in and out of Kernhold, Lowlander. You have the High Chieftain's favor, don't you? You're allowed to travel beyond the springs? Yes, that's right. It's probably not right for me to ask, but Ulo teaches that renewal is possible if only we persevere. You have the Chieftain's trust, so you must be capable. I need someone who can enter the ruins of Utak Kunar. What are you hoping to find in a ruined village? Well, thus my plight. We had a cottage there. It was once an idyllic place, but the Bloodbound's reach has stretched far beyond the dread wastes. The rest of my family was adamant that they would stand their ground, but I feared we would be overwhelmed, and I fled alone. It has been many moons since then, and travel north is not forbidden. There's no question that my family's cottage was consumed in the conflict, and the Bloodbound do not spare innocents. I beg you, I have only a few meager personal belongings and nothing to remember my family by. If you're headed there anyways, please check the ruins and retrieve my father's shield. It's sentimental piece, but it should serve me well in the battles ahead. Alrighty. I like side quests.
Watch yourself out there, Lowlander.
Yeah, what's out there? Bloodbound, they're warp magic. Okie dokie. Oh, was that? Is that just the dead end? Okay. Voldor River. There's a chest down there. Ooh. Wonder how we get down there. Maybe down this way from somewhere above? Can't descend here. All right. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's fun. Okay, I can walk through here. Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to come down this way to get there. Anything beyond Wirefall? Ooh, hell, birds! I'm also a bird! All right, well, can't get along. There's also a dead end still? All right. The game's going to tease me. Taunt me and tease me. Hello, Mahout.
Oh, an outsider.
I want to clean another gut smear.
Watch yourself out there, lowlander.
Could you check on my friend that runs a meadery down the way? Where might your friend reside? And just east of here along the banks of the river. Heard screams earlier. All right, head down there. Not officially a quest, but a little breadcrumb. Well, I bet you I have not successfully found the way down there. Maybe you do it from inside the city. That's also possible. We're just going to keep right hand ruling it for now. See what we can see. Okay, well, there's a quest marker there. There's also a shrine to the east. Is this the meadery? Hello, Kryn.
Oh, what have we here?
Oh, no, this is Lenorth's grandmother, maybe knows something about this curse. Lenorth told me to seek you out. My granddaughter? She all right? She is. I'm here about the curse on Maldorf. Oh, now that is a surprise. What were you hoping to accomplish with my curse? Your curse? Just look out for my little tundra flower. I never approved of that union. I could smell the greed upon Maldorf's breath before they were even wed, or ever wed. I took it upon myself to correct her life thread. When one knows the right signs and herbs, the gods can be bid to listen. I'm not altogether disappointed the curse is still so potent. I did myself. Yeah, I wanted to cleanse the curse, but now I'm not so sure. True, he's kind of a jerk. I wish to remove it. What if we made it stronger? Maybe we could turn him into some sort of boss that I can kill for like cold-related loot. What if we made it stronger? He sounds like a jerk. Oh, mischievous one. I do not delight in other sufferings, but rotten souls like Maldorf deserve to have their evil returned 1,000-fold. I know of just the spell. Get out along the river and look for bright blood-red berries, dire hemlock. Toss the berries into Maldorf's hearth. If they please Ematok, he will blow his hearth upon the cabin and teach that rat a lasting lesson. Sounds like a plan. Okie dokie. Well, I wasn't like relishing the idea of backtracking over there. I don't know how close to a portal he is, but... I have to sacrifice an Astra flower, but so be it. Recipe for a lightning damage thing. Where are you? I'm not gonna use you. I'm gonna use you. Oh yeah, this would be a nice boost. All right, in a few levels. Oh, and then I think I can finish Quill now. And now I do have some extra points. I may be able to go and respec out of Raven and free up those points and get things going. Yeah, more elemental damage, more energy regen. Not that that's been a problem in a while. Skirig's warnings. Also, oh, that's one of the shrines. Okay. I know many things. I've seen a soul in darkness, possessed and sent to hang. Saved by pity, risen again, doomed to fight until the end. Who, at the edge of madness, goes to silence the voice of dying gods? I know many things. I've seen the burning city, the bodies twisted. Is this about me? And is this about Malmuth? I've seen the burning city, the bodies twisted, mother and child used as weapons of war. Terrors reaping, godlings weeping, witches playing eternal games. I know many things. I've seen the rivers dry, temples crumble, and burning skies. I've seen with my own eyes the once forgotten doomed to rise. I know many things. I've seen the heart removed, bound in chains, and wrongly used. But in the darkness I cannot see. I know not what will come to be. In the darkness there it waits, for man to falter, to claim his fate. All right. A dull red hue has overtaken the shrine, showing the chthonic corruption has taken hold. I will offer a frozen aster. Okay. Well, we done did a shrine. Okay. Is there anything down here? This feels sus. But, alright, I guess not. Do a little backtracking here. I think we'll probably end up... Oh, there's a totem, but no. I'm going to keep going this way for now. think we'll be backtracking over that area. Oh, we got a star. Might be another shrine. I don't know how many disasters I've got. Oh no, this is pick the berries. Ha ha ha! Alright, the shrub has vibrant red berries sprouting all over it. Must be the dire hemlock described by Kryn. Okay, 1 of 3. More Surviving Mars relaunched. Isn't there another big patch coming out for Surviving Mars relaunched? Because I would like to play it again. I love Surviving Mars. It's one of my comfort games. Big river. There's a cave up here. I don't know if it's part of anything. Let's poke our heads in and see what happens. The Kakash power is so strong. What do you have on loot filter from the beginning, and how do I access my new enchantments? I'm just filtering for Pierce Cold, Masteries, Offensive Ability, Health. I tend to keep a pretty conservative filter over here. You know, like, because most likely we'll find resistances on other things that've got those traits. I don't know if this is the smartest loot filter setup, but I like to be less spammed. This is called Fex Burrow. Alright. I don't see a devotion shrine or anything in here. Are you Feck? You are. The Crocodon. Okay, less time looking at his name, more time trying to dodge shit. Die. Ooh, got a recipe. Squire's Handguards. Good pierce and bleed if we were going our werewolf build. Oh, there's another frosty effigy. More frostburn, less cold damage. Our damage converts to cold, energy regen. Yeah, probably won't bother. Cask of Needle Tree Mead. Oh, you know what? I bet you this was for a side quest that I didn't pick up somewhere. So at some point, we'll get someone who's going to ask us, oh, there was that lady. We're supposed to find a lady at a meadery. I'm betting she's going to be like, they stole all my mead. Can you go and get it for me? And I'll be like, this mead? Go for some mead. I do actually think I might end up cracking into a beer at some point today. Since it's my day off, you know, I'm not really working here. All right, we'll blow up the treasure trove. Why not? You know, sometimes you're like, oh, was that really worth a charge of dynamite? But okay, so it turned out that was actually a really little important side area. I'm thinking I should probably backtrack. I'm betting there's the meadery is somewhere behind us now, and there's a lot of area we didn't actually poke. Plus, we're near the river. I'm hoping to find more of the hemlock. We might have a philosopher to poison. Was it Socrates famously maybe poisoned by his students or something like that? Or something. Taskmaster's Assault, Chainmail of Thunder. Defeat the old gods. Your time starts now. Oh, there's a portal there. Oh, and a star. Can I get there from here, though? Looks like yes. Okay. Portal. Is this the meadery? Oh, no, that's another bush. Okay. Go. 2 of 3. Totem. There you go. 3 of 3 for that. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if any other hemlock bushes still show up as stars on our map. boxed in there. Nice to have so many mobility skills, though. So we got the spacebar, dash, and then my on 1 and 2. Okay, 2 more blueprints. Nice. No. And I'm wondering if I should cut real quick to get the rainbow filters, since I have been told would just make it a little easier to spot our elemental bonuses. I think that's the lady. I think I can bring back... Oh no, I don't bring it back to the granny. I bring it to Maldorf. Okay. We can hold off on that. And, yeah, we're just looking for completeness here. Find any logs. Anything neat. For our first time through. Oh! Okay, first of all, lore book. Ulo, the keeper of the brews. Oh! When the name of Ulo is spoken beneath the sky of storm and stars, we speak with reverence. Ulo, keeper of the waters, whose hand guides the rivers from the high bones of the world, those jagged peaks from which blows the breath of the gods, is the one who sends the melt and the surge. The rivers, the lakes, and the endless sea all flow from her will. They feed the herds, they cleanse the wounds, they quench the warriors. With her, the land sings. Without her, it withers and dies. But Ulo was not only a spirit of flow and frost, she was a brewer too, a wild-hearted mistress of the ferment. It is said she drank deep from her horn again and again, 1, 2, 3 times and more. With laughter on her lips, she brewed beer not from grain, but from pure river essence. She poured it freely for chieftains and scouts, for hearthkeepers and wanderers. 1 keg of Ulo's golden draught could rouse a warband in foreign wilds and still leave enough for those who guarded the river crossing at home. Now, when the snow blankets the plains and the sky hangs heavy with cold, the kern gather near the hearth fires. They drink of Ulo's gift to drive out the bite of winter and laugh like thunder into the long night.
I don't know who you are or why you're here, but I don't...
Yeah, Socrates was the one with the daemon. I know that one, right? That's the trial for being annoying. I think he was able to like renounce the voice of the daemon in his head, and I think he said no. Unless I'm getting some things confused. I don't know who you are or why you're here, but I don't have time for this right now. Maybe I could help. Unless you are volunteering to track down the giants that rampaged through my meadery and butchered my father, then I suggest you move along, stranger. I mean, funny you should say that. Tell me what happened. Really? Giants are simple-minded brutes, but they've usually kept the mountain peaks until recently. We're not sure what stirred them up. One we call Feck has been seen roaming the valley aimlessly in the last few weeks, but yesterday he went on full-on rampage with the rest of his dung-chewing ilk. The giant stormed through our meadery, drank us dry, and crushed my poor father when he tried to stand his ground. Poor old bastard, he will be gravely missed. I'm sorry for your loss. Yeah, well, what might sting more in the end is the mead the giants made off... Yeah, more than the death of my father, is they took my booze. I'm all for revenge, but if we don't get some of the shipment back, the meadery will be in serious trouble. My hands are tied here with repairs, and the garrison in Kernhold is already stretched thin. You generally seem to want to help, so if you want to track Feck back to his den and recover some of the stolen mead, I might even be able to crack a smile. I don't know where they're hiding now, but the attack came from the north. Is this the mead? Ooh. We got a new formula for our potions. Oh, while it runs for 5 minutes, we get double money. You actually did it. I'm at a loss for words. Did you know that bloated fleabag Feck in 2? Oh, did you do him in as well? Yeah. No, he won't be troubling you anymore. Good. I hope the old man is stomping out his underdeveloped brains beyond the veil for all of eternity. With the mead returned, I can afford to pay you for the trouble, but here's a little extra for making me smile. All right.
Stop by anytime. Look.
Making friends and influencing people. Where does this go? Oh, these are the Bloodbound. That screech reminded me of the noise that the Act 1 of Diablo 2, there's the the sort of Valkyrie type ladies or whatever. I can't remember what their faction is called, but that sounds similar. Got a dead deer over there, I guess? Blood. Oh, I will bring you blood. Hello, cave. Go find out. Dangerous domain. Cool. Okay, they're not over leveled or anything. Probably completely optional side area, but you never know. Very cool look. Everything red and glowy like that. Look at that. That's some cool art. Okay, so there's the boss of this realm. Ooh, I may... You know what? Yeah. Let's go and make sure we've got all these ads cut down. Okay, there... Holy shit balls! No! 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 I think red is chaos damage, right? I mean, we're not capped down on resistance for that, although that is hard to do in Act 1. Jeebus. I don't want to just kill him for spite now. Run, run, run. Potion cooldown, come up. Potion cooldown, come up. I don't want you to leash and reset your health. Draining me? You're like connect. What? Jeez. Oh my god. Heal, 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 heal. I don't know which one of his attacks is actually dealing like that crazy amount of damage there. So I'm trying to apply the frost burn and then running away while it ticks. And while my cooldowns come up. Die, 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 die. Blackheart's Heart. Oh! I would have had a quest to come here at some point, so sure. Doesn't always work out that way, but we'll take it. I'm happy I stuck around for the fight. So the bird, the mage skills, and wolf, the warrior type. Yeah, I mean, yes, they both deal pierce damage with their attacks, but yeah, the werewolf does have like, it's more about, it actually uses your weapons. It's got lifesteal on the attacks. So if you want to be like just mauling people in the face, werewolf's a good way to go. Okay, so I mean, I can portal back here immediately. I'm wondering. So, Marduk's Curse. I wonder if I go here? Or where's that? Oh, he's right here. Perfect. Okay. That's convenient that you're near here. So what's going to happen when I amplify your curse? Sure, it'll be fine. Throw the dire hemlock berries into the fire. 2 Ashes of Awakening. It's funny that it looks like I can talk to him, but I can't. Oh! Okay then! So that was that. You grind all the expansions, just main. I just did main game and then came into here. So yesterday we leveled as a pure Berserker through the main game. And yeah. Okay. Garden Sorrow. Find that. Okay, so it's just come back over here and keep pushing through. We might miss some shrines and have to backtrack, but we will see. I did poke my head into the Forgotten Gods expansion real quick just to join a faction so we can start getting a little bit of rep for it. That's always a good idea. Oh, and to get the leap upgrade for the medals. That's always nice. Looking down in this corner. Nope. Well, we rushed through the main story pretty quick. It almost looks like something. We're taking our time here. Something up on this ridge. Nope. Okay. Here, that was the cave where, yeah, Kerr's burrow. crossing point there. That's interesting. Oh, and a dead end. All right. Can't clip enough geometry. Anything interesting in you guys' base? Looks like we can continue that way, but then also we can continue this way. You know, I'm happy the maps aren't linear in this game, but it would be a lot faster to know that you've completed everything. What's this? Okay, sort of connects us back over that way. And over in this corner. Looking for side quests, looking for lore books. Cave up ahead. Oh! Dagmar!
Blood! Yes! Blood!
What happened here? They are with Chthon now. All but one. You will do in his place. I don't think so. Dagmar's last words. Dagmar. Was this the name of the person who the other person was jealous of and so summoned a, like, weird thing? I think maybe. If you're reading this, know that these are the final words of Dagmar. My hand troubles as I put quill to parchment, but as what remains of my mind leaches off into the bitter air, so I will drown my sorrows in ink. The Skalds call it Martok's Kiss, a curse coursing through my blood since the ancient war. All efforts to divine a cure have failed me. The fits of madness seem to be more frequent, and I find myself waking in places unfamiliar, surrounded by butchery I know is of my making. I fear it is only a matter of time before I bring harm to those dear to me. If you discover me with bloodlust in my eyes, do not hesitate to deliver the killing stroke. Spill my bowels as I have spilled the blood of innocence. But I beg of you, do not enter the cellar. My lasting shame need not see the light of day. Oh, we're going to the cellar. Gods forgive me. I am so sorry I lack the strength to do what is necessary. Pray you will find it for me. Where's the cellar door? Maybe it's not in this room? Maybe that's what that entrance is. Oh. Who the hell's saying that? Oh. Alright, down to the cellar we go. I thought it was a pumpkin head, but that's just like a little cowl. Lucklin, stop making so much noise. Your father is gone. He can't hurt you anymore. He said I was the last one he needed. He chased me down here and I hid. I'll bring you somewhere safe. My aunt Rangarel lives in Kernhold, but I'm scared. My legs won't move. I can get you there. Close your eyes and take my hand. Do you promise you'll be safe? Yeah, just go through a rift gate. Don't worry. There may be some side effects, but it's fine. Okay. Random extra little side quest. Is there anything? It looks like this is navigable. She had a third eye. It's normal, yeah. Rift Great Travel should come with those like in pharmaceutical ads you get, you know, with like they list all the different side effects. May cause ear mucus. Ew. Ooh, look at this place. The sense of sickly dread fills you as you get closer. All right. Hello, you. It's a little hard to tell. Oh, shit. That's what I get for like stopping to have a conversation about something. I was going to say, it's a little hard to tell if I'm standing on bad ground in there because it's all red. And as I was thinking about saying that, I didn't notice, oh shit, there's a bunch of stuff all over the place that now I have to dodge. Okay, well, while we're here, we can pop in and have a little convo. That, I believe, is our second death.
Go with my dragon's blessing.
I don't know what sorcery you use, Lowlander, but I'm releasing my nephew safe and sound. Yeah, I expected him to be dead. It has been some time since he and his father left the remote cottage. I was beginning to wonder if something was wrong. Very wrong, I'm afraid. Oh, Lucklin was scant on details. What happened? His father butchered countless people. My brother? He spoke of unsettling dreams several moons ago, but we took them for what they were, nightmares. I did not think for a moment he would come to act them out. I should have listened. Could have spoken to the sages. Sorry, Dagmar. I will do this right by Lucklin. You have my word. Sorry this had to end this way. Okay. Well, we still have to defeat that person who just kicked our ass. Guardian Sorrow, I think, is where we were. We're going to have to hike. That was annoying. I was absent for a while. Why are we Red Raven now? Because bird is the word. Because caca. It's going to be an annoying hike. Because we're basically at the... Oh! Hold on a second. Did you guys just see that? Lore book. Halfor's Journal, page 1. Nice that we found this before we found any other pages. I don't know how much more of this I can take. Seeing them waste away like this, it rips at my heart. I'm desperate. Desperate for a way out, some way to end it. I know they expect me to fix this, but I cannot, not this time. 4 days ago, Signy and Sorek ate the last of the food. What little we had was rotten and fetid. I don't even recall what manner of creature it came from, and rot had disfigured it so that I had no idea what part it had been. I had to hide and pick the maggots out of it before they saw. They both cried and refused to eat it. Fenry held them in her arms and sang to them while she forced them to swallow. Whatever it was, a rat perhaps, the heart of a pig, it matters not. They gagged and cried out, and it was more than I could take to watch it. So I left, stumbling with grief into the dark abyss of the forest. Then and there I fell to my knees and prayed. I begged the darkness to end this, to take me as payment to end their suffering, to take us all in our sleep. Anything to end this. No man is meant to watch his baby suffer, not like this, not ever. Grim Dawn. It's the way it goes. Okay, so if I actually pay attention, I don't think this boss will be a problem. It doesn't seem like her damage was that big other than that attack there. So, her health didn't reset? Well, that's convenient. Okay, dodge the laser beams of doom. Ah, she's a werewolf. I do not like. Okay. Mystic Hero's right eye of wildfire. Blessed torch. Alright, well, we're not going to take any of that. Oh, there's my death marker. Get that XP back. Thank you very much. Portal's up that way. But... no lore books? Okay. Ulo's Spring. There you go. So there's one shrine in each one of these zones. I see now. I was worried that I'd missed one. Like that. I worried that it... oh, dear. I'd worried that these were all in, like, the previous zone, but no. Okay. Oh, who are you? I'm going to read this book first. Spring of Shadow. As I bathed in the sacred waters of Ulo, I discovered the body of a young deer. It rested at the edge of the pool, not a mark anywhere on its body, its tongue barely an inch from the water, as if it had just dropped dead as it came to drink. I performed the rites of cleansing and tracked the fawn's path to see if I could find what killed her. I am finding more small dead animals near Ulo's sacred water. Birds and mice, lizards and insects, all small creatures dead without cause. I removed their bodies from the water's edge before rot could contaminate them, and performed the rites of cleansing, but something fouled the air. I cannot pinpoint the cause. Like a corpse trapped beneath a fallen tree, the stink is all around, but no sign of the source. I catch scent of it on the breeze, follow the wind, and then lose it. It has been a week, and I believe I found the fawn's mother. The dead deer rested in a nearby clearing. Again, no marks to indicate what killed her. The grass around the body appears to be dying, even though we are in the season of bloom. 12 winters tending to Ulo's sacred water, and never have I seen so much death and decay befouling this pristine place. The water is not poisoned. I have drunk from it and bathed within its cleansing pools many times, and yet nearby trees wither and blacken. I fear some great evil corrupts the land like a shadow that sweeps across the land, darkening all that it touches, but it keeps its presence well hidden. No matter how many days I search, I cannot find the source. I should warn the chieftain, but I cannot come to her empty-handed. I'll perform the prayers to Ulo, and then continue my search. Ralgar the Mystic, Tender of the Waters.
I can recognize a kindred spirit when I see one.
A lowlander out here. Well, now I've seen everything. Do I need to ready my weapon, or are you here in peace? Speak. I will not cause you trouble. I suppose you wouldn't have made it past Kernhold if you were. Do not stray too far north, lowlander. The bloodbound have a firm grip on these lands, and the wastes they inhabit are not hospitable. What are you doing out here? I'm tracking dangerous beasts. A hippo-raven that has been causing trouble for local farmers. No concern for visitors. No. Hunt sounds interesting. Or, what are hippo-ravens? They just tell us that they are the children of the raven god, Naku. They bear his wise visage. Yeah, you know, nice that she's not stressed about me. They bear his wise visage, but any divine grace has long been lost to them. The same tales would have us believe that... You know what I'm thinking? Maybe our character doesn't actually shapeshift to a raven. Our character is just a little deranged in the head and see themselves like this, but everyone else just sees us just like on our inventory sheet over here. That's all they see. They're not sure why we keep doing caw sounds. Same tales will have us believe they steal the souls of the innocents while they sleep, turning them into whites, but that's only if you believe the superstitions. They are beasts like any others, raptors armed with powerful talons and vicious beaks. They are the parts that matter. Most hippo ravens do not venture too close to the settlements. My quarry is different, need to put it down. Yeah, I can help you track it down. Wish to hunt. Who am I to deny, kindred spirit? I think we've been looking in the wrong places. Most hippo ravens nest in the cliffs far out of reach, but I suspect our quarry is different. We call it Evernight due to its vibrant violet plumage and tendency to hunt only at night. Ulos Springs are an ideal hiding place. Hippo ravens frequent the area to hunt, and the hot springs mask Evernight's scent. But I suspect the beast was hiding somewhere to the north, maybe in a valley that's not easily reached. I intend to search the springs for clues. If you wish to join the hunt, then you will need a sample of my bait. It is an irresistible haunch of boar soaked in sheep's blood. If you find Evernight's nesting ground, it will be perfect lure. Okay. All right. That just connects us over here, but let's just, you know, double check. All right. It's pretty clear. Hello, level 45. So again, I'll put a point into Knight's Chill and then mostly keep powering up Nightblade. I think we'll really appreciating him the blade spirits. Oh, is this come back later kind of thing? I was gonna say, that sure looks like a trail, even though it's not on the map. Ooh, hot springs, okay. Random fox. Is this... Oh, and you can go this way. Is this gonna be something that's relevant later? That's very interesting. Excuse me. Lots of hot springs. Rumor's leveling up. Nice. I don't remember. Do I have a devotion point to spend? Mostly I need to check if I can do a respec. Yeah, might be hitting some voice limits. I'm gonna have to find a good natural place to stop. I keep getting these frost effigies. What's it got of frostbite? Might be worth checking. Ooh, that's a big crowd. Get AoE'd. We'll probably have to do some backtracking, but at the very least, it's going to be nice to have the waypoint. Anything cool over here? Good monster density. Okay, so Ula's Spring, there will be a shrine somewhere on this map, so I'm happy I'm backtracking, because there's at the very least that we still have to hit. Not a devotion shrine, although maybe. I mean one of these cleansed lands shrines. In the middle at some point, too. Ooh. Ulo's Remorse. What's your deal? And is this dangerous land to stand on? No. Seems like standing on the red stuff is fine. There's a Chaos Tear. Oh, with a quest marker. For Into the Breach. Oh, explore Ulo's Remorse. Oh, well, there you go. Moonsong, day 19. Thrice the same dream has haunted my sleep. The black-eyed raven, weeping tears of blood, screeches me awake in cold sweat. The spirits are ailing, the land itself weeps through boils of corruption. This we have seen firsthand, but I know not what to do, what the spirits require of me. This is GTA 6. Moonsong, day 23. I've spoken with the skald Magwyn. We met her. Her gentle wisdom has guided me before, though I do not deny her cryptic answers have sometimes left me more frustrated than I was to begin with. I suspect it is her way of nudging me forward to find my own path. None can deny that her years are numbered, and we may soon be left with a terrible emptiness at the hearth. Must do all I can so that her knowledge lives on for all the tribes. Moonsong, day 25. My dreams have become fervent. I know now where I must go. By Mogdrogan, it is worse than I feared. The land does not merely fester as the Bloodbound's domain spreads. It renders itself apart. I think that should maybe be it rends itself apart? I don't know. Renders itself apart in screaming tears. I now know why the spirits cry for aid. Horrors from a place that should not be pour forth into Asterkarn, sapping her of her beauty and leaving naught but desolation. If the land is to heal, then the rift must be sealed. I made the preparations as the Elder Skull had guided me countless times. I've never dealt with corruption so vile or potent, but the rituals will hold. They must. Hopefully I have not made a grave mistake. Well, it seems to have worked out great for you. I'm gonna check out that rift, but... Oh my god, this goes on and on and on. Alright, well, let's go and do the rift now. Ulo's Remorse. Okay, more poison damage. That's fine. Our poison resistance... Oh, it's only 35%! Is this ground bad? No, it's fine. Okay. You know there's going to be a big baddie in here. I'm just weirded out that we haven't hit anything yet. There we go. Void Lurkers. Oh. I'm hoping these guys don't have any natural poison. Or not too much that's going to get multiplied. Outcast rep. Whoop, taking some damage. I mean, there's chaos damage coming in here, but we don't have great resistance for that either. Okay, that's not helpful. Alright, that's some serious damage. I maybe should be looking to brew some potions to cover our missing resistances. I think this way is not going to do anything other than give us another pack to kill. Yeah, okay. Let me go do that. Want to keep a few points banked so that if we run into something that needs more spirit, we can do it. Interesting. The blocker doesn't really show up on the map, but all right. Okay, quest marker. Hello.
Keep it down, or they'll find us.
How did you end up in here? I believed, wrongly it seems, that I had the means to repair one of the chthonic tears. I studied the old ruins and how the ancient cairn sealed the void away, but something is different now. As my ritual proceeded, the rift lashed out and consumed more of its surroundings. I was fortunate I did not get torn apart in the process, but I became trapped as a result, fighting off the void's horrors. And now you're here. Did the tear pull you in too? Or are we trapped together? I'll clear a safe spot. Safe path. Okay, just have to fight some waves. Ooh, those things are seeking. Okay.
Who are you?
I still feel this place crawling into my thoughts, but it seems less chaotic. The way is clear now. I don't know who you are, but you've just saved my sanity and my life. Thank you. Which way is out? That way. Okay. So I guess I could have just... Here. These are heroes, giant birds, Deltaman boss, and house cat. Oh. Oh, I thought you'd be gone. Didn't realize you'd be hanging out over here.
Thank you again, stranger.
What was I hoping you'd do? Yeah, you wanted to seal it. How are you doing? Stop by my stall if you're headed that way too. Arcane Tinker, Delicate Balance, Arcane Synergies, Object, and Bit of Obsession. Oh, are you the person? Because I think you have the ability of re-rolling your gear now. And I'm betting this person unlocks it. Yeah, don't go into any more rifts. Okay, so I guess we'll just see you again in town at some point. Let me come down here just in case there was anything interesting this way. Back in Ulo Spring. Need your skills. Stop being so stupid, yeah. Stop dying, you cowards. Deal with Grisha. Oh yes, the hunt. Okay. Still looking for a shrine somewhere in here. Big area. There's got to be more stuff too. Anything? No? Okay. Sorry, I'm the only bird that can be here. Like Highlander rules, but for birds. So what did the calcified sash bring as a base? Version. I'm sorry. These come with +1 skill for all berserkers? All skills in Berserker? They're both... It's weird that this is a duplicate. They're both resistant of the wolf, but presumably, if we farm these guys, we could probably get other calcified sashes. Because, as is, these don't really... They do have a bunch of resistances, which is nice. It's just some stats. What? Oh, if I swap, what do I be losing? 18% cold damage. You know what? I could kind of just eat that. It's got more resistances. DPS went up by like 2k. Thank you, +1 to all Berserker skills. Even though both affixes, I think, are not useful to me. I don't know what enemy type dropped that. Interesting. Lost Cairn Grotto. There's no star, so I'm not expecting it to be related to a quest. Or maybe it's one I haven't picked up yet. We'll see if this guy drops something interesting. Don't throw a rock at me. Base tank. No quest item. Frostburn, cold, rare offhand, cold snap. Oh, that's interesting. So cold snap is this 3 ability over here. So this one actually adds 2 extra projectiles and more frostburn to that attack itself. But I think the net reduction in cold damage percentage is probably not worth it. Everwinter is interesting. Like if I equip this, almost certainly would tell me when the DPS is going up. What? Really? Because this DPS is based just on this right click. Why is the DPS going up from that one? Casting speed? Maybe Everwinter is something that we really actively use. Maybe the +2 to Everwinter is a big deal. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that is a pretty substantial damage increase. We still need to go and re-enchant these things, but oh, I also need to learn that recipe. Okay. Well, it was worth coming down here for that. In fact, part of me is like, hold on, maybe I should reload the game and farm this guy a whole bunch. Ah. Still feels like there's enough of this area that we can find some other thing in it. Oh, that's a big group. And yeah, so now we're putting out 10 spikes instead of 8. Oh, there's a star over here. Is this the person I'm here to kill? Oh, it's a shrine. And we get another journal entry. Last night, Signy cried herself to sleep, the pain of hunger rotting in her stomach. Sorek did not cry, but the look of pain played across his face. I could feel Finri shaking and heaving as she cried silently next to me. I just lay there, paralyzed with grief, and praying once again for the darkness to take us. It did not. This morning I felt as though I had lost myself, as if I looked down upon us from afar. The grief and pain of hunger seemed so far away from there. Even the cold of a winter morning could not touch me, but the feeling lasted only until the pain of my empty stomach regained its grasp on me. I cut my hand while stringing my bow and stared as the thin crimson ribbons streamed down my arm. How could they seem so alive when I'm so close to death? They ran and ran toward my elbow like the rivers of the valley running from the mountains. There was life there in the river, and so I drank, and it wasn't until Finri screamed that I awoke from my stupor to find that I was trying to force Signy to drink as well. What has become of me? Okay. I'm not expecting anything back here, but for completionist's sake, let's go and double check. Really amazing how Crate Entertainment kept the game alive for so long, did more quality of life updates for this expansion. Yeah, like there's a clear, real love for this game. It also feels like these are developers that play their game, right? That's often been what I've said before with some of the games. You get to a certain point in them. But yeah, we keep wanting to look for these calcified sashes. And I've said the games before, like it feels like the developers must not be actively playing their game, because once you put in a few hours in it and you run into, oftentimes with me, we're talking about UI things. It's like, if you were playing the game, you couldn't possibly just let that be. It would drive you nuts. Dirge of the Night. Oh! Seek the location in the poem. Whoa! Okay. I am the night. I bore witness to the birth of stars and the passage of the moon. My heart swelled when my eyes first gazed upward and drank deep of my splendor, and I swept silver tears when those same eyes closed for the final time, but I did not mourn. Sleep drowns thoughts with dreams of eternity. In a blink, a heavenly beacon fades, only blackness in the wake of its memories, but I do not mourn. As the sky turns crimson between twigs of twisted spruce, I close my eyes and lay my head upon the dying earth. Mother Cairn grows silent in my ear. I hear only the whispers of agony that remain. I am the night. Gave us a quest. Seek the location in the poem. Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't actually show up as a quest in our log here. I don't know what that is. Well, I'm going to say at this point we have cleared Ulos Spring. Well, that's interesting. I don't even know if I can get down there. Oh, there it is. Everything is crab. Oh, last night I finally watched the Thunderbolts movie. It was very good. I know I'm like super behind. If I swoosh back and forth or do one side then the other. I'll just do left-hand side this time. Ruins of Utakunar. Okay, this is definitely one of the places we have to go. Oh, there's a totem coming up. That's nice. Ooh, that was a nice clear. Chill Surge Ring, based on the name, sounds like something that we might want. Cold damage, frostburn, spirit, pleasant frozen core. I might unimpressed. I'll take it, but I don't think I'll use it. The recipe. Might be better if we were running frozen core. But that's not something that our class says have. Yeah, these maps are very big. This area is nice. Full of rotting dead cattle. I can't fly, but I can leap constantly, so you know that's nice. No lore book in the house? Aw. Oh, this is a dead end. All right. Oh, there's a lore book. Ah, yes, we have read part 1 of that, so good. Weapon, yeah. Almira's Envy Part 2. Almira woke alone in that cursed circle, her back upon a cold stone slab in its center. She hurriedly returned to the village and slipped into her bed just as the first light of morning shone from behind the dark, imposing mountains. In the days that followed, Almira found excuses to be in Dyfid's presence. Right, Dyfid's the cursed dude. But he paid her no more attention than before, never giving her even the slightest loving glance, making no acknowledgement of what she believed they had shared. Almira finally confronted him when he was alone, but Dyfid called her mad, denying he had ever met her at the stones, and hurried off. Almira started to wonder if it were all perhaps some mad dream, but soon her belly began to grow at an alarming speed. After a short time, she was unable to hide the physical manifestation of her misdeed and was brought before her furious father. Frightened and desperate, she accused the innocent Dyfed of forcing himself upon her. Dyfed was dragged before Vorlag. His betrothed, Lyra, weeping and broken, stood behind her father. "You lie," he roared, pointing furiously at Almira, his voice cracking with betrayal. "May whatever unnatural thing grows inside you be your undoing." Mad with grief and rage, he fled into the wilds, never to be seen again, his spirit broken by the weight of her falsehood. Almira's pregnancy continued to progress at a pace that was not natural, and at the end of the moon cycle, her belly was so distended she could not walk and lay groaning in pain. Strange impressions could be seen pressing and scraping against her stomach from within the prison of flesh. Oh, there's some body horror here. Jesus. All right. The midwives attending her were unnerved and reported different bizarre claims, saying they heard strange sounds from within Almira or saw the impression of hooves or claws pressing out from her womb. Chieftain Vorlag, his face a mask of grief and shame, was forced to make a terrible choice. Some called for the girl to be burned alive before the evil inside her could be birthed, but Vorlag would not commit his own daughter to such a horrific end. Instead, he had Almira walled alive in a storage hut, her screams a lament for her entire tribe. For 3 nights we listened to her torment, each cry a twist of the knife in our collective hearts. Then silence. I'm sure this is going to work out fine. I'm sure when we find part 3 about this, everything's going to be completely happy, and yeah. It's been a while since we've hit one of these that was guarded. Like the Mark of the Traveler, good boot enchant. Not very common. Appreciate getting one of those. Okay. Good. That's unlocked. There's a cave or something up here. Ooh, or a basement. Ranger's domain. Okay, what modifiers here? Okay, that's fine. Maruda the Forsaken.
Leave me.
Okay, I'm gonna come back and talk to you in a second there. I gotta clear some space. Attacks a lot like Force Wave, and Force Wave is awesome. Okay, my sword arm hangs limply at my side. My blade has been taken by the unworthy. Do you have it? Are you the wretched thief? Someone stole your weapon? Do not toy with me, wretch. Where have you made off? I'll find your blade. Maybe I can put you to rest. I'm assuming it's somewhere in here. Ooh, the Chasm of Voices. In the days when Kern still held the lower valleys, a great earthquake split the ground near Kern village and left a chasm so deep that no stone thrown within ever struck bottom. From the depths came voices at night, calling names of the dead, clear as if spoken beside the ear. Many who heard them went mad, others descended into darkness and were never seen again. Lothalok came to that's the archer person, came to the place and listened to at the edge of the fissure. Among the voices, he heard his father and mother, who had drowned in the Castoran flood, calling his name. For a moment he hesitated, then bound himself with mammoth hide ropes and descended into the black. Far below, Lothalok saw the cavern widen into a vastness of hollow passages, the slick floors littered with bones. There he found vile, pale creatures moving through the darkness, speaking not with their own voices, but with those they had taken from the dead. They called to him with every voice he had ever known, twisting them into a net of memory and grief. In their center stood a greater thing, swollen with stolen speech, offering him the voices of his lost kin if he would cease his hunt. Lothalok answered with his spear. Mm-hmm. Quill's lips are almost broken. The throat is getting a little coarse. I should probably stop soon. I'm just looking for a natural stopping point. He fought through the dark until the cavern fell silent. Then he set fire to the grotesque remains. The oily blaze burned for 3 days, sending foul smoke up through the cracks in the earth. When he finally climbed out, the entrance collapsed behind him. The Kern sealed the place thereafter, but it's said that on quiet nights, if one listens near the old scarred land, faint voices can still be heard calling from below. All right, that's not creepy at all. All right. Hendrick's back scratcher. Epic offhand. Not for us. Harold's jacket. Quiet. Too quiet. Okay, there's something here. Hassia Flameblood. Alright. I'm sure this won't be a fight.
The living here.
Someone needs a throat lozenge, and it's not just me. I'm not here to fight. Then you will burn like all the rest. Alright. It's a lie. I was here to fight. Whoa, that is... Alright. This person needs to chill. Luckily, I come well equipped for that. Hello. Recipe. There's another... Wow, this place is busy. Are you the one that called Gund? Do I know about Gund? You've heard my name, Lowlander. Let it be the last thing ringing in your ears. The battles are finished. Time to rest. No, but they're charging us as we speak. You aim to distract me. You have died, honorably in combat. My battle brothers and sisters call for me. I will not falter when the enemy approaches. Go to them, Gund. They await you in the mists. Who will keep watch then? We will stand watch. Rest now. Ah! Did this one without a fight. All right. I was assuming the sword would be somewhere in this, but maybe it's not. Because I think we've basically... I think we've cleared this. I mean, I guess I could just attack that guy. Hmm. Could it be? Would be presumably purple. Yeah, I'm thinking it's not in here. Well. Yeah, find clues of Evernight's whereabouts in Ulo Spring. You know, we've left Ulo Spring at this point. So I think we missed something over there. Out for a sword as we go. There's people fighting. I guess I could go back and speak to the chieftain.
I'm watching you, Lowlander.
Because maybe I'd actually get a relevant follow-up quest. Should probably go and do that. Let's go and see real quick. I don't know how far from the waypoint the chieftain was. This new class? Yes, this is the Berserker class. I've got Nightblade as a secondary, but mostly you're just seeing Berserker stuff. Up and up and up and up.
Well, Lowlander,
I've been to Guardian Sorrow.
Seen how the great annihilator still writhes within the soul of Kern. The bloodbound are honorless dregs suckling at the teat of corruption. Their shamans spread malice with every chant and rune, which now festers within the once pristine hot springs. These springs were a source of heat and life in these otherwise inhospitable mountains, and now that life begins to wane. If the bloodbound have their way, their poison will spread across the land, and all of Cairn would suffer the same fate. They are the source of your corruption.
How do you stop them?
I'm surprised that a lowlander would have so much interest in the troubles of a foreign land. The bloodbound homeland is a dead land, defiled with corruption. It is a place lost to us. I forbid all Kern to go there lest they be captured and drained of blood, or worse, fall under the spell of the bloodbound. But that is where you will have to go if you wish to stop the spread of the great annihilator's void. Travel north to Ulo Springs, and then west through the ruins of Utak Kunar until you enter the domain of the...
Oh, we're nearly there anyway.
The
Okay.
dread wastes. Find the rituals that tear open wounds in reality, and end them. If you seal them all, then the land may heal in time.
All right. I mean, that sounds like the sort of thing we want to do anyway. And go back to my personal rift. Right, so we talked to you. Anything exciting over here? Apparently I can't go that way. All right. Oh, shit. Damage. Okay. I might need some more chaos resistance. I don't know if there are components that can add it. It might be worth taking a look at that. Pet her dog? Yeah, I don't know if you can pet the wolf. Every game that introduces a dog or a cat has to give you the ability to pet it. Those are the rules, right? And just fine. I don't think that's a base we care about. No. Where's that shrine? It's like over here. Oh, what I need to get from there. Brack, there's a devotion shrine down there. Okay, well, I'm going to keep pushing on for now. Maybe find a waypoint and then backtrack. Goodbye and a promise. We're going to go... We'll go for maybe half an hour and then stop. We'll see. Wereraven, never seen that animal transformation before? Yeah! I like most games. You don't see that kind of lore. Urdok, I remember the day we first met. I remember the day you bested me in the sparring circles, then offered me your hand so that I could rise from the dirt. I remember the way we laughed, our spirits high on mead. I remember the day we slew the white bristlehorn, our axes dripping with blood. Those are the memories I chose to remember you by, Urdok. Not the twisted smile that greeted me from atop the ridge, leading a band of bloodbound. Not the gleeful laugh as you scalped that poor woman and ripped her child in twain over a bloody basin. I thought my eyes bewitched, but my heart knew the truth. My friend is dead, and a fiend has taken his body. It is the only version of this tale I can stomach, for any other would leave me broken and unable to see this through. I write these words as a farewell to the man I loved as a brother. Urdok, this is my goodbye, and a promise that I will not let your good memory be tainted by the evil that wears your skin. I still have the axe you gifted me those years ago. When I return it to you, it will be piercing your vile heart. Sorvald Stormbreaker. Okay.
Traveler.
You actually planning to enter the Dreadways? Yep. I'm going to be honest with you. The thought of asking an Arulian for aid sickens me, but our hope dwindles by the day. When our son, Desmir, disappeared one night, we figured maybe he wandered into nearby woods, but when we found no sign of him, our hearts sank at the only other possibility, the Bloodbound. Those blood drinkers have been known to abduct children in the past in order to indoctrinate them into their ranks. There's a chance Desmir still lives, but he must be in the Dread Waste. We came here to look for him ourselves, but the Wayfinders will not let us pass under strict orders from the High Chieftain. If you are heading into the Waste, please find our son. Okay.
Don't start any trouble, Lowlander.
You are to be allowed to pass, Lowlander, but I would not mistake that for an invitation. Those that take the Dread Waste lightly seldom return to speak of it. It is a land tainted by the Great Annihilator's touch. Life has been choked out of the soil, and what remains of the wildlife has been driven mad with corruption. That is saying little of the bloodbound scum that made the Waste their stronghold. You are entering the heart of the enemy of Kern, of all mankind. We stand guard over this vile border so that no heretic encroaches upon Kernhold. Well, I need to go in there. If you are dead set on venturing out to certain death, then I won't stop you. But should you find what remains of my scouts out in the Dread Waste, give them this final honor. Retrieve their reports that the sacrifice was not in vain. The intelligence they held could be critical in keeping the Bloodbound at bay, or even allow us to pierce the defenses. Okie dokie. Sounds good to me. Okay, so I am wondering about backtracking for the night hunt. Find clues of Ever Knight's whereabouts in Ulo Spring. Oh, we've done a full clear. Are you using WSD? No, I like mouse moving for this game. I mean, there are a couple of little blank spots that we didn't fully explore in here. What I could do to make this walking more worthwhile XP-wise is you could always, like, you know, log out to the menu and you log back in. It'll repopulate everything with enemies. Then when you get the XP. On the other hand, by not having to deal with the extra spawns, we can move a little faster. There's a little blank spot here. Anything up in this area? I mean, usually for quest stuff like this, usually things are pretty obvious. Cave there. Did we go into it? We must have, because we walked by that area. Yeah, we must have gone in this. The grotto, yes. I did do that. Expansion workout. Huh. Well, I'm quite surprised about this. The night hunt? How come? How come not all the quests are in here? Oh, wait. I'm just misinterpreting something. I was looking for... I'm just being dumb. Oh, okay. Time for me to stop streaming. The northern reaches of Willow Spring, just beyond Kernhold. Northern reaches of Willow Spring. This is the spring. This is the northern reaches. Unless it's up here, unless it's literally not in the same zone. That's possible. Part of me wants to double check this corner. Because I could also, like, fast travel back to that. Situation where something's sort of hidden. then if we come over here, we're not in the spring anymore, right? Oh, we're still in the spring for the moment. Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, this is still the spring. Oh! There's something. Who the hell are you?
Lowlander, what a curious sight.
You're a curious sight to this Veil Walker, Lowlander. Think Veil Walker is if we went Berserker Necromancer, that's what we'd be. Spirits move about you, many are at peace, but others screech vengeance. You are as the spring wind, a bringer of change. And now we're in the ruins. What are you going about? Land is rife with the remnants of past conflict. The ruins we stand in are just another grisly reminder of wars of old. Countless brave heroes have lost their lives in defense of Utak Kunar, but many never received their proper burial rites. Their spirits now languish where they fell, becoming bitter and twisted. Hope to deliver them beyond the veil, but I see that the dead have reclaimed their remains and now roam as wights. I was getting ready to return to Kernhold when you arrived, but you may be exactly what I need. Yeah, I could deal with them. You do that for the Kern? As we are now dealing with wights and not spirits, I'm afraid there's little to be done beyond banishing them with steel or sorcery. If you are bold, you can try speaking with them, but wights rarely, if ever, respond to such tactics. They are trapped in the memories of their deaths and pursue only a violent reprieve. If you are still willing to seek out the remains of Gund, Hassia, and Murata in Scarfeld beneath the ruins of Utak Kunar. Oh, RM, thank you very much for sending 10 gift memberships on YouTube. That's really kind of you. And as a reminder, if you are a YouTube member, you can join the Discord. And just go into Discord and link things. That is really sweet. Thank you very much. RM4101. Okay, seek out the remains. I'll put the heroes to rest. I've done 2 of them already. Is Maruta the Forsaken the dude with the sword? I'm thinking that might be the case. And if I fail to find the sword, I should probably just pop back down there and just boop him then. Put him to rest one way or another. Still don't know where that big bird I was supposed to hunt is, but sure. Just double checking up there. Might go a little further than I thought. Oh, that does go to the... You know what? I will go up this way because I think that's where the shrine was. Also another book. Okay. Sorkar Saga. From the spine of the Great Annihilator arose Vorsuthul, the Sun Eater, whose birth beyond the veil ushered in an eclipse. On the 6th morning of his rising, he leapt to the mountains and fastened his jaws upon the sun. Day faltered, frost crept across fields at noon, even the gods felt their radiance dim. Baal Agan did not wait to be summoned. He climbed Anshalar and beheld Vorsuthul coiled about the darkening sun. With a roar that split the clouds, he hurled himself skyward and seized the beast by its umbral horns, wrenching it free from its tyranny over the sun. They fell down the earth together, trading blows as thunder shattered the heavens. Baal Agan tore one horn from the beast's head and thrust it through its single large malignant eye. Blinded and raging, Vorsuthul clamped his jaws upon Baal Agan's shoulder, but from the wound poured searing radiance. Baal Agan answered with his mighty axe like falling stars, driving blows into the beast's body over and over. Sparks rained down upon the earth, the seas boiling where their fragments landed. He thrust his arm into the beast's chest, seizing its cold black heart, and crushed it in its grasp. Light burst outward in a great wave, and Vorsuthul's unraveled into ash and evaporating darkness. The sun was free once again. All right. Arin's not subbed themselves? Just sending the gifts? Oh, I don't have another Frozen Aster. All that, we can't get this anyway. Does that connect? No, where does this go? That's a dead end. Oh, hello. Even blocks the way. Interesting. So I guess that's going to be for later. Any other lore books in here? Oh! The Golder. Oh! Okay, yeah, we had to deal with you. You did not show up on the map until I arrived here, though. So the exploration here really benefited us. There's the shield we have to return. Okay. Okay, this backtracking was well worthwhile. And now we're going to pop in there, and I think we're going to kill Sword Guy. Because unfortunately, I didn't find your sword. I'm so sorry. I'm assuming it is something you can find. Yeah, now there's a star here. There wasn't a star here before. You just got here. Give me a break. Listen, you don't need it. You don't need any more. I'm sorry. I'm just here to put you to rest. Another playthrough, or maybe on the next difficulty, maybe I'll find the sword. Good for pets. What do we have? Okay. There's a little bit on the far east tip here that we didn't actually... Oh no, maybe we did come here. Bloodbound Bastion. So this is not open to us right now either. Fascinating. Okay. I think I'm probably going to stop here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn in... I got a quest, at least one quest to turn in here. Maybe just the one. So I'm going to go and do that. I don't know where that was. It could be back near the entrance, but there's higher density of people over this way, so maybe. Oh, there's a star.
Thank you, Lowlander. You've done me a great kindness.
My father's shield. My heart is racing to hold it again. Here you go, as promised. You set me up. I mean, you might not have known that they'd all gone rabid. Thank you. You took a great risk on my behalf, I promise you. I will honor my family's memory in defense of Kernhold. Please have this totem. A bound totem. It's not the first one we've gotten. The only personal item I managed to take with me from my family home. I'm assuming this is part of some crafting stuff. Yeah, it gets shuffled over there. We've got a few random quest items we've also picked up. And some loots. Right, there's a spirit guide here. Let me see if I can... I don't have a spare devotion point, do I? No. But let me check to see if it is possible to unspec the Raven and free up those points, or if I'm going to need to get some other prereqs taken care of. No. So this is still, by completing this, it's still giving us points that we need to run Murmur right now. And same thing over here. Okay. I was hoping that completing Quill might have given us enough, but we will see. What's the next thing I'm going to be unlocking here? So I've got the Harpy as well, which I want. Quill the Harpy. The Sailor's Guide is part of my plan. Ah, yes, I'm going to work on the Viper next. And then I think I might be picking up Scholar's Light at some point too. If I do it this way, we can actually see what it provides us. So elemental damage, Zeke's defensive thing, elemental resist, just, you know, find little passes, more elemental damage, more energy regen, and some aether resistance, which is nice. So yeah, I think we'll end up picking up the Viper and then that. And after the Viper finishes, because this is giving me 3 of those. Yeah, I bet you after we finish the Viper, I can probably spec out of Jackal. And after I finish the Scholar's Light, then I'll be able to do the Raven. I guess I could choose either order, but it's all going to be about the same. Or we'll get a Tonic of Clarity, and we'll just be able to wipe our constellations completely and restart them now that I have a plan. Because early leveling, I was just grabbing a few things that would be handy early, especially since we didn't know if we were going to go Werewolf or Wereraven. So we just sort of grabbed, you know, whatever looked good at the time. But we're going to do a little bit of a pass now. Okay. I think we're going to wrap it up for today. I'm going to go and make some tea, some throat coat tea. And then, yeah, I don't know. There may or may not be some more random Grim Dawn tomorrow. On Saturday, part of me thinks I probably need to go back to Auction Not Included. We'll see exactly what happens. Keep an eye on things. It's a crazy perk screen. Yeah, the devotion screen is kind of awesome. Because we get 2 classes, each with their own tree that we expand on. Oh, I do have a class level up here. I'm not taking the blade trap, right? We're gonna need that. Or that. Again, we might take pneumatic burst at some point for a little bit of a heal, but right now I think I'm gonna keep doing 1 point night chill and then a couple in the base class for some raw stats. Still trying to get over to blade spirit, because that's gonna be really nice to have. We could rush it. I could even respec out of like a bunch of Night's Chill, just dump a bunch of points over here, but no, this is really good. Just more flat damage plus reducing cold resistance is going to be really nice. And pierce resistance, because we do pierce damage as well. I think the majority of our damage comes from cold right now, because we've been building that way. But I don't think the pierce damage can be ignored. Formula. Oh, it's an actual formula I got to go and consume. Oh. I didn't realize it was sitting there. And then, yeah, what we could do is double check the potion cauldron. I love this idea of, like, tuning these potion behaviors. There we go, fill them. Increased duration. Or no, while this is running, so yeah, if I use my heal potion, then for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to get twice as much money from drops. It's not particularly meaningful, but it's there. We may as well slot it in. Like, it's not costing anything as far as I can tell, so we may as well throw it in there. Yeah, keep banking the points just in case it turns out I need an injection of spirit. I think like the highest level spirit gear, like with the level 94 gear, I think some of it's going to need 700 and change spirit that we might need. But of course, we're still going to get a little bit more just from the class. Although I don't think the Nightblade adds that much spirit. No. And we'll get some of it from gear, but we'll probably have to invest a little bit more in spirit to be able to wear everything. But I don't know how much. And I would rather lean more towards physique because that keeps us alive. All right. I think we'll be wrapping up the stream. Oh, this is the person we saved.
It's you.
I want to thank you again for pulling me out of that rift. I grossly overestimated my capabilities back there and probably made things worse. Mentioned your service? Of course. Oh, I specialize in altering the arcana magical items. With the right catalyst, I can not only reattune the fundamental aspect of enchantment, I can manipulate its very nature, change it to something completely different, though with a somewhat unpredictable result. I have some arcane ashes on me right now if you want to experiment. Yeah, show me what you can do. Ashes of Awakening. Yeah, Inventor. Oh, okay, well, some of this, the salvage, the dismantle, those are things that existed before. Transmute existed before. This lets you change an item that belongs to a set into another item of that set. And it helps you complete it. Like, let's say it's a set that's got 4 pieces, and you've got 3 of them, and then you've got a duplicate of 1. You can put it in here and hope it completes it. This also works with things you craft. So if you've got the recipe for one part of a set, you can just make a bunch of those and then try to convert it. But I'm assuming alter is the new bit. Alteration is an arcane art by which the very properties of powerful items are fundamentally rerolled. This process requires arcane ashes as a catalyst. So, I don't know what the prefixes are. So this is a Bone Grinder's Horn. It's got the Wanderer prefix. It's got the Of Rituals suffix. And one or both of those may be not ideal. I don't know what Wanderers would be giving me. Because it would think movement speed, but it's clearly not the case. The bonus to pets, I wonder if that's built into one side or another. Like, I'd want to check what those are. Like, if I put a random item in here, I'm not going to re-roll this one. Okay, so I've got 3 ashes. It uses 1, uses some money. And this would re-roll... I don't know if it re-rolls both Stalwart and Frostbite. Like, I don't want to use it on a... Like, part of me wants to just run a little test, but it is... The resources seem fairly valuable that I wouldn't want to waste it. But this will be really good when we find something where it's got a very important, like, I think especially the monster infrequence, like the Bone Grinder's Horn is an example of. Another one would be the Stalwart's Heart. So this is a Harbinger's Void Blade, which seems really good for us. Seems like we really want the Harbinger's Void Blade. Like, okay, it boosts Phantasmal Blades, which is something we have from the Nightblade, but we aren't using, so it's moot. But it boosts Wereraven. I forgot this is converting all of our pierce damage to chaos. So pierce gear is no good. I could really just go. I could convert all of our, I could convert all of our cold to chaos as well. And I could just go with a chaos build based around this. But again, if I'd done that, I wouldn't want to go Nightblade because Nightblade doesn't have anything to boost chaos damage. I would want to go Cultist. So I don't think we're going to actually build around Harbinger's Voidblade going forward, though I do like that it adds more flat damage to the Chaos Talons. That's really good. Or the Ice Talons. 219 more chaos damage. Just any flat damage is really nice. And it gives us +2 to Wereraven, which is amazing. I'm sure we're going to find something that is going to be a perfect fit for like a cold/pierce based Wereraven build. We just don't have it yet. But this would be an example of like, we may want to re-roll this until we get modifiers that help even more with chaos or something. But I might not spend any resources on this now, because presumably this is going to become more valuable at like highest levels. So we'll see. Yeah, there was some chat, but yeah. Not the same. Anyway, I'm going to rest. I got to rest my voice. I'm going to chill out. There may or may not be something tomorrow, depending on how I feel and how much I'm craving playing more of this. You know, at some point, I'll probably just play on my own, but I feel like we should probably finish the expansion content on stream, just on the normal difficulty. You know, you don't have to necessarily see me replay it on Elite or Ultimate or whatever, but we'll see. Anyway, take care, everyone, and I'll see you potentially tomorrow, if not Saturday. Bye-bye.